Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone. First and foremost, thank you for joining our live webinar on Masterclass Designing Dynamic Lesson Plans with Gagne'S 9 Events of Instruction, brought to you by Cdae. I'm Hazwani, your host for today. Before we get started, let me provide you with a brief overview of what we're covering today. In this session, we'll explore how Gagne'S 9 events of instruction can make lessons more engaging and effective. You'll learn simple strategies to boost student participation, improve knowledge retention, and develop skills, all adaptable to any subjects or grade level. We also touch on how AI can help create interactive and active learning experiences. So get ready to be inspired and powered. Let's embark on this learning journey together. Without further ado, let's kick things off. It's my pleasure to introduce someone who truly no needs introduction at all, actually, a very familiar face to many of us, Professor Dr. Abdul Karim alias. Prof. Karim is a distinguished educator and a retired professor of food technology at University Science Malaysia, where he served for over 28 years. He has held key leadership roles, including Director of Center for Development of Academic Excellence, and is currently a distinguished fellow at University Tenaga Nasional, UNITEN, and an adjunct professor at University Malaya. He is a passionate advocate for innovative teaching and learning, especially in leveraging AI and educational technologies. He has conducted hundreds of trainings, programs, and workshops across Malaysia and is a recognized thought leader in lifelong learning and micro-credentials. With numerous accolades, including the National Academic Award and the Higher Education E-Learning Maestro Award, Prof. Karim brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to today's session. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not keep you waiting any longer and get started with our session today. Without further delay, please welcome Prof. Karim. The slide is yours.
Okay, terima kasih Wani.
Yep.
Kita nampak muka.
Saya segan, Prof. Saya segan.
Okay. So thank you Wani for the introduction. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sejahtera and selamat pagi to all my dear friends, colleagues, sahabat, kawan-kawan, rakan-rakan daripada USM. Well, yeah, I miss USM and miss you all. So I would like to first thank Cdae for inviting me this year again to share with you, to be with you, and to share with you a topic. I thought this topic is not going to be popular, but I'm glad to see we have more than 100 here. It may not sound as popular as like AI thing now, but you will see how important it is to help you to design engaging learning, engaging classroom for your students. Yeah, and of course, this is made easy now or made easier now with AI. So still, I cannot help myself to cover some AI applications or AI tools here to show you how you can design a lesson plan. So we are talking about a lesson, not a course. Yeah, we are talking about designing a lesson, 1 hour lesson, 2 hour lesson, 3 hours even, and using a proper evidence-based, research-tested, time-tested instructional design approach, instructional design framework or model, if you like, called Gagne'S 9 Events of Instruction, which is my favorite for a long time. So I'm very excited actually to share this with you, hoping that you will understand what is the philosophy behind it and what can you achieve when you adopt this approach to design your lesson. The bottom line is actually about students learning and to provide them a memorable, engaging learning experiences. Yeah. Okay, so that's the mukaddimah. Let me share now the screen. I have prepared a module for you, fresh from the oven, because just a few minutes ago, I kind of completed the module. It's still work in progress, but at least for now, it's probably sufficient, and I'm going to share the module with you at the end of this session this morning. Okay. Share the screen, share the module. Okay, Wani, please confirm first. Can see the screen?
Yes, crystal clear, Prof.
Okay. And my audio is loud and clear?
Yes, okay, clear, very clear.
Okay. Well, fresh from the oven. Ooh, cannot touch it, still hot. This is the title, Designing Dynamic Lesson Plan with Gagne'S 9 Events of Instruction. The spelling is Gagne'S, but the pronunciation I was told by my friend from education, we pronounce Gagne'S, Gagne'S, okay? But doesn't matter if you want to call it Gagne'S, whatever, but basically the principles behind it and how we can apply this to help us design our lesson plan. So as you can see, I started to prepare yesterday after I came back from work from Unit 10 at about 5 after ASA. I sat down and start creating this module, and I updated it only just now, a few minutes before I get, I go live with all of you. So, and this is kind of a lesson. So I'm trying to actually use this session this morning to model the Gagne'S 9 events of instruction. It may not cover all the so-called 9 events or 9 segments, but at least some of it, yeah? Because you will see that it's not necessary we have all the 9 segments in our lesson to be covered in one go. It can be partly, if we use flipped classroom approach, some of the events can be covered before the class and some of the events during the class. Maybe some of the events we can have a follow-up after the class as well for learning reinforcement. Yeah. So it's actually very attractive approach actually in designing our lesson plan. Okay. So, and if you are wondering what tool I use to prepare my module here, I use Notion. As you can see on the top right hand side here, and here, this is Notion. And you can see on my screen here, I don't know whether you can see it, down here, this is the application Notion. You can download it for free, or Windows available, for Mac available, and you can use it to create a teaching module, a training module. Although Notion is not really designed to be used for this purpose, because it is designed mainly for project management, personal information management, database, and so on. But it is very versatile. We can use for many things. And I hope I'm going to actually conduct another workshop for another 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 university, another not university, I think, on how to use Notion to design teaching and training portfolio and work portfolio and personal portfolio as well, a personal website as well. Yeah. So maybe if you are USM interested, we can have also on that, and you can design something similar. Okay. So, and my picture profile here, it was created using AI. So this is my clone basically. Okay. Now, what this webinar is about. Basically, it bridges instructional design theory. I must confess, and I must make it very clear here, I am not from education background. I mean, I'm not education. I don't have a degree in Bachelor of Education. So you have to understand that. I was a professor of food technologist, and but I'm a practitioner. Basically, I learn, I apply, I use, and if I think it works and it's good, then I will share. Okay, so if I say something wrong, people from education here, I can see a number of them here. Please correct me. I always, open to correction. So yeah, instructional design is not my forte, but I understand what it is. I understand the basic. So I'm going to share with you what I understand from my perspective. Yeah. So we want to bridge instructional design theory, the theory, into practice with practical application. And I'm going to show you many examples, basically how to do it. Yeah. And how to use AI also in this case. So we want to integrate Gagne'S time-tested, research-tested 9 events of instruction with modern AI tools. So this is where the AI can comes in. It will, to facilitate you, to help you to create a lesson in no time, basically in no time. Participants will learn to create more engaging, effective learning experiences that leverage the strengths of both pedagogical frameworks and emerging technologies. So this is what we call scholarly teaching. Please register this term, scholarly teaching. And I think in USM, good work by Cdae, the past, the present, we have now trained many of our staff to design their course, design their lessons using scholarly teaching approach. What does it mean by scholarly teaching? It means that anything that we do in the classroom is guided by evidence from research. Once again, what does it mean by scholarly teaching? It means that everything we do in the classroom, any innovation we introduced, any technique that we use must be guided by evidence from research that it work. It work. So it's not just we just kind of shock sendiri, or we think that okay, students are very happy, students are excited, students are laughing, jumping here and there using Kahoot, and I think it work. I think it's not, to me, something that we can take it as an evidence. You think, but show me the evidence. Show me the evidence that it work, either through your own research, maybe action research, or through evidence from the literature. Okay, so that is scholarly teaching, and we want to encourage everyone to approach their teaching and to learn how to apply and integrate scholarly teaching. So, as usual, we start with learning outcomes. This is my promise to you. Yeah. At the end of this webinar, you will be able to explain what is Gagne'S 9 events of instruction and their role in effective lesson planning. Okay. Not only explain to yourself, but explain to others in the simplest way possible, that they understand, that they appreciate the importance of it, and they feel interested. If they have never heard of Gagne'S, now they are interested to apply. That's the highest level of explanation that you can do. Convince people that this is important. This is really matter. Then identify AI tools and technologies that can enhance each of Gagne'S instructional event. And this is the interesting part for me, because we can demonstrate how AI can facilitate us, can help us to design the lesson plan. And I will show you the normal way of how we approach it. We use the prompt. Apart from that, I have designed some custom GPT, which will automate the process for you. All you need to do is put the title, put the lesson outcome or the learning outcome for that particular lesson, and the whole lesson plan will be done for you in no time, within seconds. So easy, yeah. And design a plan that incorporates Gagné model with AI-driven activities. Okay, those are the 3 learning outcomes that I have, my intended learning outcome that I hope I can deliver during this session. But now, I want you to look at this learning outcome, and I want to ask you, apart from the learning outcomes listed above, what are the things about designing a lesson plan and the reason you are here that you are interested to learn? So the first activity, yeah, I would like to ask your cooperation, to participate, to respond, to be actively participating. So the first question to you all in the chat box, you look at the learning outcome here, and there must be a reason for you to be here today because everyone is very busy, right? It's not just because you miss me, you want to see me here. I don't think so. I doubt it. But you want to learn something. So can you tell me, can you share with me what is it that you want to learn about designing lesson plan? Yeah, so put in the chat. So let me quickly look at the chat. Uh, yeah. Okay, man, the chat. The participants. I'm looking for chat. No, no. It's hidden. Okay, okay. Okay, so in the chat, yeah, can can um, can you share with me, apart from the learning objective that you see here, what are the things that you want to learn? Okay, to encourage active participation from students. Okay, thank you, Dr. Siti Aisyah. Active interaction. Oh, Dr. Fazila. Ini expert ni. Seganlah saya dengan Dr. Fazila. Tak payah kalau saya cakap silap, Dr. Fazila boleh tolong uh, Prof. Fazila, Dr. Fazila, I'm not sure. Apa ni, ya, okay. Saya bagi Prof lah, Prof. Fazila lah. Okay. Good. Okay. Better engaging lesson for big classes. Dr. Anusha kata for big class. Well, let's see whether Ghanaian and events can be used effectively for big classes. Is quite challenging. The biggest class I handle was used to be like at one time 100, about 100. But in the last 10 years before I retired, of course, probably in the last 10, 15 years, probably 60, 70, 50 students here. Dr. Amelia, ini bawa education ni. So that I can impart what learn to the teacher trainees to improve student ability to remember what is taught. Yeah, okay. Oh, Dr. Teo, how are you? Integrating latest education tools. My knowledge my knowledge stagnated after the PNP course. I thought you should attend all the CDE program, Dr. Teo. Okay. I'm also not informed education background, but really love education tech. Okay. Very familiar with Eddie. I'm going to say a little bit about Eddie, instructional model today, because I don't use it a lot. How to apply the framework Ghanaian to online class so that, okay, this is the main thing today, Dr. Jansri. Riza, to fully optimize the engagement of students during, okay, this is basically what I'm going to show you based on my experience last semester in Dr. Azam. Dr. Azam, computer. How are you? How to design lesson to the students so that do not use AI tool to provide solution.
Baik, Prof.
Hi. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I love to see your participation. At least show me support lah, to participate. I'm going to ask you to do a few things during this part of the engagement with you all, but also to get you thinking, yeah, the cognitive part, the cognitive engagement part. So thank you so much. I have another questions coming soon, which is this one. All right. Think of one most memorable moment in school. So now, flashback. One moment during your primary school, maybe, or secondary school, maybe even at the university, doesn't matter, that you still remember until now. What was that? What was that moment? In the chat. And why? Why? Why you remember that moment is kind of etched. It's kind of etched in your head. Terpahat, bukan terpaku, terpahat di dalam pemikiran kita. Kita dalam memori kita. Kita tak boleh lupa tu. Apa dia? Interesting saya nak tengok ni. Prof Chow kata good teacher. Okay, good teacher. But what was it, Prof Chow? In terms of good teacher tu, mesti ada some traits of him that you really love. So, kena, I saw something tadi. Kena rotan mana dia tadi. Okay, sekejap saya besarkan sikit chat box ni. Okay, Azrul, thank you. Feedback, okay, mana dia? Oh, Dr. Rabeta, can see you. How are you? Kena rotan sebab lambat. Siapa suruh nakal, Dr. Rabeta? Okay. Dr. Atia, when my math teacher asked me to meet her personally and private tutor me. Wow. I share the same experience lah. My English teacher when I was in matriculation kat USM, Miss Wendy, Australian. Oh yeah, I have good story of that. I remember her for her dedication, for her kindness, for her motherly care, help me learning. Oh, help you learning, Prof Chow, ya? Yeah, like my English teacher lah. Kena cubit di perut. Alah, kesiannya Dr. Nur Asmahani from engineering kan. Sebab silap jawab math. Tapi jadi engineer juga kan? Kan? Okay. Dr. Tan from TI, I have always, betul from TI, I have always been focused on research and miss out on updates. Oh, okay. First time hearing Gagne'S, so please stay, please stay, Dr. Tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to convince you, moving forward, you must use Gagne'S.
Thanks,
Okay.
Prof. Okay.
But you must focus. Okay?
Alright.
TI kan? You from TI kan?
Yes, yeah.
From bioprocess, ya?
Yeah, bioprocess.
Okay, remember. Okay. Remember your name. Okay.
Another TI is here.
Sorry?
Another TI is here. Another TI is here. Prof, support you.
Hey, Prof,
I'm late.
from Le,
Late.
Prof Le.
Dr. Le.
Happy to see you here. Okay. Good. Kena solve mathematic problem dengan kelas papan hijau, ya? Yes. Guru bahasa asked me to choose. Prof Le. To choose answer of question by standing.
Yes. You choose A, you stand on chair. You choose B, you stand on table.
Wow. I think I have experienced that as well. Safe way. Hafal safe way. In chemistry, tak kena yang tu. To my friend. Sebab hafal periodic table kan. Ingat dalam chemistry? My math teacher during standard 2 asked us to stand on chair. Jawab soal. Okay, Dr. Nur Amalina punya experience sama dengan I. Jawab safe baru boleh duduk. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you. Majority with maths, chemistry teacher, I pernah kena dengan history teacher, walaupun history my favorite subject, tapi pernah kena juga, kena tulas telinga, macam-macam lah ya. So, that's a memorable moment kan? Memorable moment in school that we still remember. But, don't you think that what made us today? And do you feel angry with your teacher? Definitely not for me. I really appreciate what they have done for me and make me a human, basically. Okay, thank you. Another one before we go into the Ghanaian one. But the question that all these activities that I'm trying to ask you to respond, actually, there are reasons behind it. I'm going to relate this to Ghanaian later on. So your participation really very meaningful for me because I'm going to illustrate this when we go through the Ghanaian, make you understand why. Yeah. So then another one, last one before I start looking into Ghanaian. Now, you have been teaching, like probably you have been teaching more than 20 years, I suppose. Dr. Tan just now, maybe less than 10 years, or maybe less than 5 years, maybe more.
About 10 years, Prof.
Oh, 10 years already, yeah? Wow, so
Yeah.
fast. Now, reflect, how do you conduct your class, every class, yeah? What's your routine? You step into the classroom, set up your computer, power up your computer and the PowerPoint, and then talk, and then write on the whiteboard, and then maybe ask questions here and there, and then what?
Mm.
Can you think of your lesson? How many segments are distinctive segments that you divide your lesson? Segment 1, you do this. Segment 2, you do this. Segment 3, you do this. But it's seamless, but there are segments. Can you think about that? And can you put in the chat how many segments, distinctive segments that you have in your class? And what are these segments? What do you do? What do you do in these segments? Think about it for like 1-2 minutes. And respond within 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I like to trigger. Okay. My Form 6 teacher, guide me or solving question. Oh, Dr. Tio ya. Yang ni tadi, yang soalan yang tadi kan. Okay, Dr. Atiyah kata, I like to trigger students thinking and listen to their opinion in between lecture or slide. Not really plan on segment. Yeah, but that could be now moving forward an intentional, you design it intentionally. Now it's no more kind of impromptu, but you now consciously, intentionally design. There should be at least a segment on that. And you have prepared the questions. And this question already aligned with the learning outcome. Not just simply asking kind of one from the top of your head, the questions in the context of whatever that you are discussing, but hopefully you have prepared some questions, 2, 3 questions that align to the learning outcome. This is even more useful. Yeah. Okay. Plan activity prompts every 10 minutes. Wow, I see the expert here, Dr. Aniza from education. Wow, I dah mula takut dah ni. Ramai sangat orang education dalam ni. Okay, yeah. Question prepared before and included in the slide. Okay, thank you. Okay, yang lain macam mana? Can I get few more responses? Oh, apa khabar, Cik Abzan? Yeah. For 1 hour class, first 5 minutes, set up us around their expectation. How are they? Basic knowledge, 30 minutes lecture, 50 minutes activity. Wow, this sounds very much like Ghanaian already. I don't know whether you have some knowledge about Ghanaian and events, Cik Abzan, but maybe you have unconsciously doing it. Okay. So can you say something whether you have basically, or whether what you been doing is guided by Ghanaian or maybe some other instructional design, Abzan, Cik Abzan? Nazri, I segment my 1 hour lesson into 3 parts. There's 3 segments, yeah. Start with checking that all students attend. Then only start revealing a plan. Wow, revealing the plan. Just like I'm revealing the module slowly. Okay, revealing slowly kan. Cantik tu, the word revealing. Okay, one. just like peeling the onion. I like to use that metaphor, one layer, another layer, waits what's coming. So it become like suspense, very unpredictable. Yeah, I want to say more about unpredictability later on, yeah? Okay, Ariza. Ariza from where?
HBP, Prof.
Sorry?
HBP, Prof.
HBP, yeah. When I see your picture profile, I remember your face, but can't remember from which school. I'm trying to test my, how many of you from USM I still remember. Okay, recap of previous week topic. Wow, this is good. Intro of what will be explored today and the what, why, how, and when. Because you came from our PNP program, that's why you are doing it right, okay? Random question relates to the topic and discussion and wrap up. Okay, Hafzan, tak sangat Prof. Memang buat ikut rasa. Okay, bagus. Selepas ini bukan ikut rasa, kita ikut cara yang betul, scholarly teaching. Yeah? Alright. Anusha, 4 segment quiz. Sebab Anusha expert, dia banyak datang CDE punya program. So bagus Anusha, good. Untuk Anusha pun dah jadi dalam CDE punya ni kan, PDP scholar, whatever, I don't know. For always start, Dr. Nasuha, apa khabar? Always start my class with activity that relate to the main topic of the lesson, then select activity with Padlet. All right, good. The Prof. lecture, then group discussion and present the answer. All right. On the slide here, what you can see, yeah, we can always intersperse our lecture. If you want to call it lecture, I think by all means. But now lecture, the different connotation, it means that during our whole 1 hour session, actually not 1 hour, maybe 50 minutes, right? We can do so many things. Okay, and these so many things actually can be designed into, according to Gagné, into 9 segments, 9 parts. Distinctive segments, but the way when we implement it and we do it, it's seamless. Okay, so we can do debate, we can do demonstration, you can bring props. I have something to show you. I don't bring props today, but I'll show you some examples. Debriefing, Socratic questioning. During my time in USM, I didn't have much opportunity to apply Socratic questioning. I regretted it, but I think those who want, you are still, have long time, I would advise you to read about Socratic questionings. There are many books available, many articles available on YouTube and so on. Try to exercise this. Try to apply this in your class, because one of the best way to learn is through questioning. And in Socratic questioning, you don't give answer straightforward answer. No, it actually, the answer the students will reach the answer through the series of questions. Engage them through series of questions. It's not easy to do, but using AI, everything is now easy. Last time when, if you want to design jigsaw, well, manually you have to really crack your head how you want to design the jigsaw. Scenario-based learning. Last time, I didn't manage to do it as many times as I like, because it's not easy to design scenario-based learning, problem-based learning. But now with AI, you can do it easily. Yeah. Okay. So let's reveal content of our module now. Okay. Not many. First, I will start with the general overview of instructional design. Now, again, I am not expert, The experts are actually among the participants here from School of Education, from PTPM perhaps, but this is from my own understanding, yeah, from the practitioner point of view. So this is the caveat and or the kind of just to remind you. So, and then after we go through some overview, because we need to understand the theory behind it, what are the different instructional model available, and why we are focusing on Gagne'S and event, which is one of the instructional design model. And then after that, we will deep dive into Gagne'S. And this is where the actions I have prepared for you. Now, very quickly, I start with this famous quote. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So if you don't plan for every lesson, because you depend on your experience only, you've been teaching for 20 years, 25 years, kacang kan, everything's on the fingertips. I can step into the classroom, and even if the PowerPoint not working or the LCD not working, I can just wing it. I can just wing it. Well, can do that, of course, you can wing it, but I think I would rather or encourage that everything that we do must be designed properly and guided by proper pedagogical principles, proper pedagogical content, knowledge principles. The way you teach chemistry would be different from the way you teach philosophy. So there's pedagogical content knowledge that's important, yeah. The underlying theory behind it. What's the other theory? The theory, adult learning principles, adult learning theory, and how this apply in this particular context. Okay, so everything must be planned well. So when we design our course at the course level, and then at the lesson level, which is the more micro level, the course level is more macro, the lesson level is more granular, more micro. So basically, this is how I visualize the planning process. It's actually similar to AD, yeah, ADDI. So design, develop, deliver, evaluate. I will share the module with you, so later on you can go through and read. So I'm not going to elaborate this much, but I just want to bring your attention to this number 3 here, deliver. Because our session today, we talk about Gagne'S. It's all about designing 1 hour lesson, 2 hours, 3 hours for that matter. For the delivery, yeah, on the delivery part. How do you present? How you facilitate? What kind of activities that you have designed for that 1 hour? And why you want to ensure constructive alignment, because you are clear with the learning outcome. So you design your assessment, then only you design the activities, right? So everything is actually connected. Everything is connected. Then how do you facilitate learning? How do you facilitate students' discussion? How do you facilitate all the activities that the students? So everything must be planned ahead. And how do you assess students' learning? Which is another segment in Gagne'S 9 events. So now we talk about delivery, and we have a structure, a framework to help us design the delivery, break it up into 9 segments, and that is Gagne'S 9 events of instruction. So moving forward now, every lesson for 14 semesters, 28 or 42 classes, lessons, everything is well designed for the whole semester now. If you're just getting started, of course, you will do it 1 by 1, but Can you imagine? There come a time where everything is already done, ready to go. So you become less stressed. Teaching shouldn't be stressful. It should be enjoyable to you and the students. Not only students, but you also enjoy the process. So after 30 years, when you leave USM, just like me, when you retired, you look back and you know you have done well, and you know you have done your best, even beyond the best. Okay, so that's it. 4 phases of course creation, done. Okay, and now we go into instructional design models very quickly also. So there are AD, very famous, very popular, stand for analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. And that much I want to say about AD. That's it. But I've given you a website here, a very good website, where you can find this infographic. And I think it's good if you can find some time to read about it and at least aware what are the options available in terms of the different instructional or ID models. This one is very, very popular. But some people say that there are so many new ID model now, instructional design models now, like SAM, Agile, what else here? That they say AD is almost become a dinosaur. I disagree, because I think AD is still quite a good model, especially at the course level. Yeah, this one at the macro level, when we design the course rather than the lesson, in my opinion. Yeah, again, I must always qualify my statement, because my understanding that AD is probably better for course level design. Yeah. Maybe Dr. Aniza, can you say something about this? Am I saying the right thing here? Dr. Aniza or Dr. Amelia, Prof. Azila, if you want to interject and anytime and kind of compliment me, and I'm really welcome that, also can, eh? Dr. Aniza, okay tak, Dr. Aniza? AD model, you want to say something about AD model, if you can? Tak ada, ya? Okay. Alright, now, itu AD, ya? So you can find more about AD. The other one is the dig and carry model, which is also, I would say, among the popular model. You might like it. So these are basically the infographic showing you the 9. These are also consist of 9, ya. 9 apa ni? Bukan 9 segments. 9 apa dia panggil ni? 9 steps, ya. 9 steps. Some literature says 10. But mostly say 9, yeah, which is identify goal and objective, complete instructional analysis, determine entry behaviors, write performance objective, develop assessment, develop instructional strategy. So the Gagne'S, I believe, comes here, under here, develop instructional strategy, choose learning material, the props, whatever that you want to bring into the class for demonstration and so on, and conduct formative evaluation. And finally conduct summative evaluation. So that much I want to say about dig and carry, AD, and of course, now we are coming into the main subject, Gagne'S, 9 events of instruction. Okay, basically this is the one. And I'm going to walk you through all the 9 events. And I will show you several some examples, few examples of a complete lesson designed using Gagne'S. And then only I will show you how to design it using assisted by AI. And I have prepared custom custom GPT for you that you can use it to help you to design immediately. In fact, I want to get your participation to use the custom GPT and design one lesson and share with us. I have prepared a sharing space also, yeah? So many things that we want to do. So basically, very quickly, in Gagne'S, 9 events of instruction. Okay, basically this is the one. And I'm going to walk you through all the 9 events. we start with gaining attention. Now, recall what I have done earlier. I asked you, starting from the learning outcome, do you have anything to add? Do you have anything to request? Do you have anything you want to ask me to do as part of learning outcome? So already there, I try to engage you. But in terms of getting your attention, gaining your attention, and getting you to cognitively engage, start thinking. So I ask you to flash back. Think of one most memorable moment. And this question, I have anticipated that many of you will respond, because it's kind of something that we always look, because sometimes, we always flash back, kind of throwback, and remember our moments when we were at school, right? So that is actually a way for me in this session to gain your attention, to capture your attention, to captivate you, to get you really focused, at least for a moment, momentarily, if not throughout, because the distraction is around us always. Then another one here. So I designed this actually to show you what does it mean by gaining attention here. But we will do more after this, when we go through each one of this, to show you many different ways of gaining attention across the subjects. Doesn't matter whether it's a food technology, whether it's pedagogy in education, you're teaching pedagogy, or whether you're teaching quantum physics, or whether you are teaching civil engineering subject. The principles is the same. Before you go showing your PowerPoint and so on, try to gain attention first. Make them curious and so on. And then only when you see students are kind of warming up to you, not busy looking at their phone, talking to their friends and so on, they are already warm up, barulah they're ready, barulah, okay, class, our learning outcome today. And then if you remember again, the sequence is now, after I ask you, then I presented to you the learning outcome, and I asked you whether you want to learn something more, something different, right? So I presented the learning objective, learning outcome. Then prior learning, I asked you whether you have experience using Gagne'S, dan event. I asked Cik, apa tadi kan? Apa tu? Lupa tadi. Okay. Have you designed your class using Gagne'S and event? Then present content, which I'm doing now. I'm presenting the content. So I'm already on the 4th segment of Gagne'S already in this session. I have another 5 to go. Okay. Provide guidance, practice, provide feedback, assess performance, enhance retention, and transfer to the job. Of course, transfer to the job may not happen in that particular class, but they can use it later. So as you can see, these 9 events, it doesn't mean that we have to do it all the 9s within one session. As I said just now, if you use flipped classroom, maybe gain attention, inform, objective, prior learning can be done before they come to the class. And then in the class, you can start present content, then the rest of the segments. Do you have any questions so far? You can unmute the microphone anytime. You can put also in the chat, and maybe I can get Wani to help me reading if there are any questions. Try to pick up from the chat here, Wani, and just read out to me loud. Read loud to me. Read out loud to me. Okay. That's all. Done. Done instructional design. We are done with the first part of this. Okay, so I think in 10 more minutes, 10:30 we take 5 or we take 10 minutes break maybe, or 5 minutes break. So I will continue for now if there's no questions. Ada soalan tak at this point? Semua okay, Alright. If you are okay, then can you show your thumbs up? Yeah, okay. Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs up. Exercise your finger. Good, good. Alhamdulillah. Well, I'm very happy to see now USM participants. Oh, I forgot to address our viewers on YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, our participant on YouTube. Forgot lah, lupa. Sorry ya. So, thank you for joining us. So, you can actually put in the chat, in comment in the YouTube, and our CDE Secretariat will read the questions on YouTube, or maybe they can also copy and paste in the chat in the WebEx here. Yeah. So you are not isolated, but we cannot interact directly. Yeah. You cannot unmute microphone. Right. I can see any question from there's no question here from Dr. Chang here. I don't have fixed segments, as it really depends on the different topics. Some are suitable for self-learning, then there will be self-learning and then presentation from students. Others might be just lectures. I think the way you say this, Dr. Chang, these are also segments, but you do it unconsciously. So now maybe you have seen at a glance what are the 9 segments in Gagne'S. So let's say there will be self-learning. The self-learning part can be also a segment, meaning that you give the opportunity for the students now. Okay, now I want you to read this article. I'll give you 10 minutes, and then after that we will do this and that. Others might be just lectures. What you call lecture or lectures, it can be part of the debriefing towards the end. Debriefing to conclude whatever activities that they have done earlier. So I call it debriefing. So the lecture part can be just a lecture, meaning that you present, or it can be also a debriefing, meaning that you are trying to kind of put together, conclude whatever that they have learned, or correct any misconceptions, any confusion when the students carry out the activities. So it is also a segment. Yeah. We will see more later, and maybe I think it make more sense to you when we start to reveal and learn more and more about each segment of Gagne'S 9 events. All right. So I think it's a good time now. Before I go now into deep dive of Gagne'S, I can see now 10:24. Why not we take about 6-minute break? Wani boleh ke? Sampai 10:30. Give them the opportunity to go to the washroom, whatever.
Sure, Prof. Boleh.
Boleh ya? So
Boleh.
we come back at 10:30 ya.
Okay, alright.
Oh, Dr. Tiger tadi ada angkat tangan ke? Itulah, kalau Wani tolong tengok ya, kalau ada siapa angkat tangan to ask question and so on, let me know ya.
Betul. Okay, saya akan tengok.
Saya tak tengok sangat yang lain-lain tu.
Okay, no worries.
Fokus kepada ini. Okay, tak apa, kita break dulu. I'll be here, actually, I'm not going anywhere. So, siapa-siapa yang nak tanya soalan ke atau apa ke, bolehlah ya. On YouTube ramai ke Wani?
Kita ada dalam 80 participants juga dekat YouTube.
Okay.
Dan komen pun agak lebat jugalah.
Oh ya,
Ha.
lebat ya. Kalau ada soalan tolong you tolong bacakan atau you tolong pastekan
Okey.
dalam
Boleh
TEDx ya.
Prof. Boleh.
Kita kalau boleh kita tak nak terlepas mana-mana soalan lah, kita address cepat lah, sebab mungkin at that particular time I'm talking about something and they want to ask clarification or maybe even questions kan. Alright. Eton, apa khabar Eton? Nampak Eton ada, Puan Ruzana pun ada.
Baik, Prof.
Slow je tu. Dr. Aidi, how are you Dr. Aidi? Andy, Anto Anis pun ada. Dr. Anis yang mana ya? ABPT ke? Tak sure lah.
PIK, Prof.
Oh ya, PPIK. Sebab ABPT pun ada, okay. Andika, Dr. Andika from Pusat Pengajian Seni. I remember. Andy fizik kan? Ani Syaira from PPIP. PPIK. Dr. Anissa from where? Tak ingat. But I know.
Assalamualaikum Prof.
Waalaikumsalam.
PBIK juga lama tak
PPIK.
jumpa.
Yeah. And Rowana, David, how are you?
Hi, Prof.
Hi.
Good.
Thank you for joining.
Always
Uh,
good to hear you.
yeah. I'm scrolling through to see names that I can recognize. Dr. Diana. Ni Diana HBP kan? Dr. Diana.
Ya Prof.
Ya, ingat lagi you all tau. Ya.
Diorang pun ingat kat Prof.
Apalah, nak lupa pun tak apa.
Sedih je bunyi tu.
Sedih. Okey, alhamdulillah dapat berjumpa dalam
Prof,
ruang maya.
kat
Ya.
YouTube kata Prof Karim macam tak suka je kat kami.
Dah minta maaf tadi lupa. Terlupa langsung nak address di YouTube, terlupa. So, now dah ingat dah. Dr. Lilani is here. How are you, Dr. Lilani?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Prof.
Wow,
Ingat lagi saya ya.
good to hear you.
Yeah. I would like you to come next time. No webinar. I'm sure face to face.
I don't know whether I will have the opportunity to do face-to-face. This year quite unlikely lah because
Busy semua dia.
itulah pasal. Aduh. My movement this year a bit restricted because so many things. Dr. Najwadi, Salman, Dr. Salman Engineering
Ya, Prof. Daripada engineering. Ya.
sebab tak ada profile picture ni, Dr.
Oh,
Salman.
ya ke? Nama saja.
Good to hear
Ya.
from you.
Ya, terima
Good to hear
kasih,
from
Prof.
you.
Ya.
Okey, sekarang pukul berapa? Okey, 2 minit lagi. So kita sembang-sembang. Dr. Zuhair from PPIP, ya. Dr. Munirah from where? Familiar name? Bukan Prof Munirah kan? Prof Munirah dah retired kan? Oh, is it Prof Munirah? I don't know. Musfirah, how are you, Dr. Musfirah? Nasuha, Dr. Nasuha.
Alhamdulillah baik Prof.
Good to hear from you.
Ya.
Dr. Nur Adilina pun ada. Where are you now, Dr. Nur Adilina? Because last time you kat Bio kan ke?
Hai, saya CGSS, Prof.
CGSS, okay.
CGSS. Khabar,
Jadi
Prof?
pengarah ke?
Tak. Lecturer.
Cakap jarang.
Dr. Wira.
Okay, good. Good to see you. Good to hear from you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for joining.
Most welcome, Prof.
Yeah, Dr. Nur Sophia Shafira. Well, good to see. I can recognize many names here. These are many from PNP program. memang dulu kita galakkan kan, peserta PNP, I kata lepas habis daripada ni, datanglah CDE punya program, support lah. It's not so much for CDE or what, it's for yourself, kan? For yourself. So USM is still special, dulu, kini dan selamanya, in my heart. And all of you also in my heart. So 10:30, let's continue now. Deep dive into Ghanaian and events of instruction. All right, let's dive with me, shall we? Okay, let's dive together. Now, wow, historical context. Apa pula nak belajar tentang history? Why should we bother to learn about historical context of Ghana? Very briefly, very quickly, because I think it's good to know where this thing come from, so that we understand apalah sangat bagusnya. What is so good about Ghana? Well, you see, the person behind it is actually a psychologist, Robert Mills Gagné, and the work, the origin of this Gagné came from, origin is military training, and it was designed basically to train the personnel, the army personnel, and so on. So Gagné, he wanted to come up with something very practical. Army, they just all action oriented. They don't want to, of course, theory is important, but tell me what I can do with it. Macam tu kan, all action. So Ghanaian came up with this framework, kan, developed for the training purposes first, and then over time it adapt and evolve and adapt. So these are some of the, you can read later. And until now, when we have AI, how do we now adapt Ghanaian and design it using AI? Basically, this what I want to share with you today. But just know that Ghanaian, as we know now, has evolved over time. So what is the relevance now in higher education in our context? I'm sorry if there are teachers also from school joining, I'm not very sure, on YouTube, yeah? But many of my example, or almost all my example, or 90% of my examples are actually in the context of higher education. Okay, so Ghanaian frameworks remain particularly valuable in higher education because, it's actually there are elements of behaviorism and cognitivism, cognitive science punya ni, yang now we have constructivist approach dan sebagainya. So modern cognitive research, again, I said everything should be based on evidence, kan? Has validated many of Ghanaian intuition, and his Ghanaian approach is very much related to how the brain work. So now we have neuroscience now that has shown us many secrets how brain works in terms of learning, and many more to come. Still, we don't know much, yeah, but it has been shown now with the limited knowledge of neuroscience, how the brain works in terms of knowledge, the synapses connected and so on, fire up and connected, and then how we retain whatever that we learn in our, temporary memory, bring into the fixed memory, things like that. So there's a lot of research now in cognitive research, yeah, cognitive learning, cognitive research in learning, the science of learning. Then structural support for novice instructors. You will see that one segment in Ghana is about scaffolding learning. Scaffolding learning or scaffolding learners. Get them slowly ready to learn. The more difficult topic, the more difficult complex topic, principle, concept, problems. Don't just throw them into the water and let them swim on their own, because they don't know how to swim. Some teachers or educators probably like that approach. Just throw them and let them swimming. That is not backed up by research. Research says that we should slowly, maybe at an early stage, we give hand-holding. We provide hand-holding first. This is what we call scaffold. I'll get more into that, yeah? So, structural support, especially for novice instructor, because new lecturer, for example, many of you here came from that time, right? Everyone actually, when we knew, if there's structure that we can follow, some people say template, then it's probably that give you a head start, make things easy for you. So good for new lecturers, novice lecturers, novice teachers, because it provides some structures and guidance, how to design that lesson, the lesson. Quality assurance in diverse delivery modes. Yeah, alignment with backward design. So we can always ensure constructive alignment. You know, backward design meaning we are clear about our learning outcome. Then we decide on what are the assessments that's needed to ensure that we have achieved learning outcome. And then what are the activities, learning activities and so on, in order for the students to build the knowledge, build the understanding, connecting the dots. Because learning is about connecting the dots. Start with random Brownian motion. The dots, abstract concept. The student still kind of not having a clear understanding. You are talking about, you are explaining something like the concept of blockchain. It's a hard topic to understand, hard concept to understand. And you just throw them by starting with giving a definition of what blockchain is. That's an easy way of doing it. Showing the slide and read the slide and read the definition. That's to me, easy way of doing it, but perhaps I would say the lazy way of teaching. Just read the slide, just give the definition and that's it. And then we just mumbling a bit to explain a little bit here and there. Okay, so the alignment, the constructive alignment. And then bridging theory and practice. We understand that Gagne'S and event instruction, every segment, every event in Gagne'S is actually, there is an underlying theory behind it. It could be a motivational theory, self-efficacy, Robert Bandura. It can be on, let's say, scaffolding, the Vygotsky, apa tu, apa tu, slip my mind. Itulah about scaffolding lah, yeah. Anyone can help me? Apa tu Vygotsky punya apa tu? Allahu Akbar. It's about scaffolding lah, you know, get students to learn slowly, Okay. So that's basically historical, very briefly. Prof Syamsul on YouTube ke? Kenapa tak masuk Webex? Okay. Now, this is where I will dwell more. Decoding 9 events of instruction. Then this is where I need your participation, your engagement, active participation to make this part very engaging and interesting for you, yeah, especially. Then after that, I will show some example of full-fledged lesson designed by using Gagne'S. And then I'll show you how to use AI to design a lesson. Okay, so now let's decode, let's decipher the meaning of 9 events of instruction. Okay, I will read this text first. Gagne'S 9 events of instruction provide a systematic approach framework for designing effective learning experiences. Each event serves a specific cognitive purpose. Let me just make it bigger. Yeah. Each event serves a specific cognitive purpose in the learning process, creating a sequence. So it's kind of sequential. Yeah. But sometimes I find when I apply this last time, sometimes not necessarily sequential, but in most cases, sequential. That aligns with how human mind processes and retain information. Yeah. If you read the book by, I keep forgetting the name. Apa tajuk dia tu, the brain, something like that. Yeah? So actually he described a lot about how the brain work in terms of connecting the dots, turning the information into real knowledge, making sense of the information, synthesize it, and so on. Yeah. Each event serves a specific cognitive purposes in the learning process. I think later on, I will add some resources at the end of this module. Ya. I tak sempat nak buat. Nanti I will share some books and so on to kind of support this lesson. By the way, one of the best website or infographic that I found on Gagne'S, there are many of them, but this is my favorite. So later on, when you get this module, you can click. I'm not sharing the module now because I don't want you to be distracted looking at the module, so I want you to focus on my screen only and on me, okay, listening to me. But I will definitely share with you the module. So if you click this link, it will take you to this website. Gagne'S and events of instruction, how to create e-learning experiences that will blow your learner's mind. Wow, that will blow your learner's mind. Gagne'S and event instruction is applicable both for face-to-face or especially online. Well, not to say especially online, it's equally applicable to both. Yeah, equally. Okay. Oh, ada satu soalan from Taiga. How Gagne'S varies from Cdae model? I'm afraid I have missed something. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Cdae model is, to me, is more at the macro level. When you want to design the whole course, 14 weeks course, I think Cdae probably more relevant there. I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but Gagne'S is more suited for designing 1 hour kind of lesson at lesson level. So we have course level, we have lesson level, more micro. Yeah, Taiga. So probably that is one of the differences. We can ask ChatGPT also to give a table comparison as well. Why not? Maybe Taiga, I can share here so that everyone can benefit. Yeah, I always do. I always do that during the webinar. When the speaker says something, and I think, okay, I'll check very quickly on the website some information, useful information that I will share in the chat. If you have been a participant together with me in other webinar, other people's webinar, usually I will do that. I'm busy sharing and supporting the speaker actually. So why not? Actually, it helps me to kind of internalize what I learn and keep my brain active. Because when I'm very selective of attending any webinar or online things because I don't want to waste my time. When I attend, I am active. I become an active participant. Focus. Yeah. So this is a very good infographic. This actually summarizes Ghanaian events succinctly. Gain attention. So here the bullet point describe what can you do. Use catchwords, attention grabbing, by lines and quotes. Attention grabbing. Using the infographic, using a thought-provoking questions, showing a provoking statement, showing a quote. There are many things. This way AI can help us. If you are not creative enough, then we can get AI to give me 100 ways how to gain attention for this lesson. 100 ways. And ChatGPT will obediently give you hundreds. You don't need 100, right? Use thought-provoking phrases and sentences. Create compelling stories. Be a storyteller. Be an actor. Act in front of your class. You start the class. I want to tell a story. If you have a beard, you can start massaging your beard. Once upon a time. Okay. So tell a story. Once upon a time, then you keep quiet for 1 minute. 1 minute probably too long. 10 seconds, Okay. What this guy going to tell us? Suddenly he lost the storyline. What? So get them curious. Get them guessing. Okay. Show a video clip. Nowadays, easy, right? You can get videos on YouTube and can show in the class, right? Leveraging social media learning. So all these are to gain attention. And you probably never imagine that a few minutes of gaining attention would make a difference, because students are suddenly wake up, suddenly get excited, suddenly kind of, oh, okay, this is going to be interesting. I want to learn more. Yeah? Okay. Then, barulah start inform objective. Okay? Today, actually, hopefully, we will achieve this outcome. You must make sure that you should be able to do this, should be able to do that, and so on. And then stimulate recall of prior learning. We will see more of this. Then only present the content. Many different ways of how you can present the content. Be creative. With AI nowadays, the choice is yours. Provide guidance. This is where the scaffolding comes in. Actually, the scaffolding can come earlier, but also at this stage. Then elicit performance. What does it mean by elicit performance? Basically, you want now the students, if they have understood what you have explained, now show me. Can you explain this? Can you, show this? So basically, elicit performance is getting the students to show something, some ways how they have learned, what they have learned. Then provide feedback, which is one of the, in scholarly teaching, feedback is very, very precious, very important, very valuable. Assess performance. A simple quiz probably can do the trick, but there are many ways other than giving quizzes, as we shall see later. And hopefully enhance retention. How do you enhance retention? How do you make the students really now register whatever etch in their mind? They won't forget. Yeah, they won't forget. So that's basically a quick overview, a glance of what are the 9 segments. Think about it now. A quick response in the chat of what have you been doing so far in your class, in your so-called lecture. From the 9 segments shown on the screen now, how many do you think? Just give me the number in the chat. How many daripada 9 ni? 1 of 9, 2 of 9, 3 of 9, 9 of 9, 10 of 9? Maknanya ada lebih lagi ubat. Okay, quickly. In the YouTube, tak lupa dah YouTube. Oh, and also in WebEx. How many? Can you relate to the way 5 of 9, Dr. Siti Aisyah? Okay, congratulations. 5 of 9 to me is quite good. It's good. Okay, yang lain-lain? Adelina, 5 of 9. Okay, are you underestimating yourself or just being humble or what? 5, Dr. Fazilah, Prof. Fazilah, takkanlah kot. 5 to 6. I expect more from you. Dr. Lee, 79. Favorite 9. Dr. Lee, you Lee Chong Yu or you Lee Chong, Lee Chong Yu. I'm not very sure. Dr. ID, 5 of 9. Dr. ID, I thought you at least 6. Naswa, 5 or 6 to 7. Wow. But Dr. Diana, 6 to 7 out of 9. Bagus. Yeah. Anusha 5, 5 of 9, 6 of 9. From YouTube, I bought. I bought from Unit 10, yeah. 6 of 9, 5 to 6, 6, 7. All right. Okay. Amalina, 6, 7. All right. Not bad, not bad. Perhaps you have done it, you've been doing it consciously, maybe because you understand Gagné. Somewhere we have mentioned that maybe you have done, you basically, you have been doing it without realizing that, oh, these are actually gain attention. Oh, this is scaffolding. This is stimulate recall. Now I know. So hopefully after the session, now you can identify which one that I've been doing, gain attention. And now we want to do it more consciously now and more systematically. Yeah. So the idea that all these 9 steps must occur in a lecture slot or include pre and ob. As I mentioned earlier, it doesn't have to be in one shot on lecture because it's probably sometimes because of many reasons, we are not able to really do some of the step, or maybe we can do, but we give different kind of weightage. Maybe we give more on provide guidance, we give more weightage on assess performance, we give more weightage maybe this time on gain attention. So it's like that, yeah. It doesn't mean that it has to be equal, no. Yeah, it doesn't have to be equally, the weightage are the same, no. Yeah, okay. For the whole course, 9. Wow, Jason, whole course 9. 9 of 9, wow. This is impressive, good. But I know you are a very good lecturer, so good. Okay, thank you. Thank you. A quick kind of feedback from you after you have seen this thing, right? So that's basically, I think at this point, you dah nampak dah. You can see now. Oh, okay. These are the 9 segments. But I have actually done 5, or I've been doing 5. Not bad. I'm not bad. So a tap on your shoulder. Congratulations. Okay, now let's dive in now, one by one. Okay. Now it seems that saya tak buat short sendiri. Bagus, ya. Tapi kita kena tahu the underlying, now consciously, ya, Hafzan, kita kena tahu the underlying principle, theory that form the underpinning lah, ya, underpinning. Okay, gain attention. Now, let's see the purpose. The purpose to activate the learner's receptors, the senses. Okay, dia datang kelas mengantuk, dan phone macam biasalah, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, all these are distraction kan? Can be distraction if not managed well. So kita nak activate dia punya response, kita panggil senses dia. Prepare the brain for learning. We want to get them into the ready mode to learn. That's why you cannot just rush to finish your lecture. When today you have 20 slides, I must make sure I cover 20 slides. I have mentioned it again and again. I want to reiterate this. Maybe you have heard me, you have listened to me in my previous webinars and so on, but I think it's worth repeating. It's not about you covering the slides, covering the syllabus, but it's about how you design now through Gagné, through the learning activities and so on, to let the students to uncover the concept. to uncover the principles, to uncover the facts. Yeah, let them uncover. So purpose, the clear cognitive basis. What is a cognitive basis? Attention is the gateway to learning. So information that isn't attended to cannot be processed or stored. What does it mean? Meaning that if the student actually is not, their mind is not present, is not active, is not thinking about what we are saying, what we are doing, and what their friends are doing through the activities and so on, even in a small group work, they are not focusing, they are not there, they are not attending into whatever that they are learning now, or we want to get them to learn. Exactly the same thing now, what I'm doing. If you are not here, being present, you are really actively listening and actively doing something in the chat, sharing the points, summarizing the points, sharing external resources to support whatever that I'm doing here, then you are not engaging and you are not really learning in very deeply. So the cognitive principle is this: information must pass through the attentional, what we call this, the attentional filter, the attention filter, because we are living in the world of distraction. Signal to noise, S to N. In electronic, SN. So we want to amplify the signal, we want to minimize the noise. So we want to amplify whatever that learning that they need to do and minimize the distraction, the disturbances. S to N. More signal, less noise. Then only students can learn. How do we amplify that signal? Then implementation, use novel stimuli, questions, or multimedia to create an orienting response. Okay, let's see how this, what does it mean by this? Okay, first I want to say this. Be unpredictable. The hallmark of great teacher, great educators, they are always unpredictable. Those who have attended my PNP, Cdae PNP, maybe, I don't know whether you still remember, I said this, be unpredictable. The hallmark of great teachers, they are inspiring and so on, but to me, they must be unpredictable. Because why? You have so many tricks up your sleeve. Every time you go into the classroom, every time you step into the classroom, you have something different to gain attention of the students. Example, start with a mystery box. Bring a box or bag with an unknown object related to the lesson. Then reveal it. Let students guess before revealing. So what's in the box? I'll give you a clue. I'll give you some clues. Is related to our learning outcome today. Is related to this and that. And get the student, okay, I'll give you 1 minute. Come on. Don't you think that is very kind of, oh, okay. They invoke curiosity and how this object will relate to our course today or to our lesson today. Unexpected questions. Ask something shocking or controversial, thought-provoking, counterintuitive. Example, did you know Google was once just a research project? But of course, you want to say it with the tone that really get them to listen. If you say, class, do you know that Google was once just a research project? Hello, come on, where's the energy, man? Where's the energy? There's no energy. There's no enthusiasm there. Okay? So it must come with your enthusiasm, the energy to invoke curiosity. Think of a moment during your, how many number of years you are teaching. Start thinking now, because I want you to respond in the chat box shortly. What kind of unpredictability have you brought into your classroom? What kind of unexpected twist that you have brought into your classroom to gain attention of the students. You can start responding, but you can start thinking now, and you can, you can respond in the chat box. Think about it. Dramatic entry. Oh, I want to show you example. I don't know, my colleague, my sahabat, my good friend, Dr. Zainal. Are you here, Dr. Zainal? Or maybe on YouTube. Oh, okay, sorry. I think Dr. Zainal may be on YouTube. I hope so, because I'm going to use his pictures now. Okay, dramatic entry into the class. Dress differently. This is where my friend Dr. Zainal is very good at. Dress differently. Dress as a master. Dress as a apa tu Star Wars punya character tu. I lupa selalu Star Wars because I don't watch Star Wars. Dress as apa Kung Fu master whatever kan. Zana kan? You still remember that? Wani Eton ya, macam mana tu Zainal punya act. Okay, reverse thinking challenge. For example, you ask question, what if? What if question is very powerful though. Not only during gaining attention, but during many stages of learning. What if? What if? The scenario. What if we have this scenario? What if we remove electricity for a day? What if the temperature of the world increased by 1 degree? Or 6 degrees? What if tomorrow there's a nuclear war? How would our life change? Very relevant question. Of course, all this must be aligned with your learning outcome, not just any random questions, random act. No. So look at this picture, this guy. Looks familiar? Yeah. So the PNP people, the PNP probably remember that. If you remember, what exactly the topic of this? Okay, I want to test now, Diana and others. What exactly the topic of this act? So I brought props. Ini props lah ya. I borrow the balls from my grandson. Tok Ba nak pinjam bola ni. Yeah. So I brought these balls. So the PNP people who have attended our PNP, Cdae PNP, can you still remember? Put in the chat, or maybe you can unmute the microphone. What is the topic? What was the topic that I was trying to say or to discuss here? Come on, PNP. Oh, you have already, if you have already forgotten, meaning that it was not impactful lah. I fail lah. Masa saya tak, okay. Oh, masa saya pro tak bawa bola. Okay, sorry, Diana. Grab opportunity. Yeay. Kita bagi tepukan sikit pada Dr. Kausar. Tapi saya lupa lah Dr. Kausar pada mana ya. School mana ya. Kita boleh tak bagi tepukan pada, kita support sikit Dr. Kausar. Grab opportunity. Ya, ya Musfira. Ya, okay, kita bagi tepukan. From PPJJ. Okay. Yeah, grab opportunity. Okay, good. I'm very happy that you still remember. I will actually, if you remember, here I was talking about opportunity. So opportunity, whether you just wait passively for opportunity to come knocking your door, or you seek opportunity proactively, or you create the opportunity. Remember? So I brought this ball. I said, okay, I have the small ball and the big ball here. So, well, I think the participant that time was okay, what is this ball about? What does it mean? So they said, and then I invited, okay, any one of you like to come forward and grab the ball from me? Remember? And I don't get immediately people jumping and grab the ball from me. Everyone was so anxious. Okay, nanti if I grab the ball, nanti I kena buat something maybe. These are among lecturers, right? But the point here is, Ya. Saya ada bawa bola juga Prof, tapi baling ke student untuk jawab soalan dalam kelas. Why not? Ya, Hafzan, why not? Why not? Balik, yeah, good idea. Good idea. Yeah. So, basically, these are the props. So maybe next time, next class, you can bring, maybe not props this time, you do different things. Then maybe 2-3 weeks after that, you bring another prop. There are many ways actually to get students to be excited, to be curious, to be kind of, so when you have this kind of thing, don't you think students will always look forward? Because they think, okay, this lecturer is always very unpredictable, always do crazy stuff, crazy things. But I love it. I love it, because this is what the class should be. Not just boring, starting with PowerPoint, ending with PowerPoint, and nothing else. Nothing else. Okay, so good. Let me show you. When I say come into class dressed differently, so this is where I'm very proud to show my friend here. Yeah, Dr. Zainal. Maybe those again from PNP will remember him. I don't know whether he's still been invited for the PNP in USM, but this is one of my favorite speaker that we invited him. Not because of he's my good friend, but he always come with different ideas. I really, angkat topi lah, respect my friend with his creativity. And at this time, he's already retired. He retired earlier than me. Okay. Although I think, I believe Dr. Zainal is younger than me. Yeah, but his creativity that I really respect most. This one, I don't know what's the character. It's kind of a Chinese kind of master, maybe. Yeah. Maybe Dr. Zainal can, if you are listening, we can put in the chat on YouTube. Maybe our Wani can copy and paste in the chat. What was this character? I can't remember. Okay, the student tend to avoid the ball instead of catching it. Okay, so yeah, the character very jovial, very fun, but there's a strong message that Dr. Zainal wanted to deliver in this, not just for fun. Yeah. Yeah, this one. I believe this one is a Star Wars kind of character. You see, he spent money for all this, what do you call this, props, right? These are all props. Thanos. Sorry lah, all these characters I'm not very familiar. This Thanos, ya, Thanos. Ya, ini I tak tahu karakter apa pula Pak Haji mana. Ya, ini karakter Pak Haji lah kot ya. So, ya, itu dia. We want USM to have this kind of personalities or a persona for the students. You might not be someone who is always jovial, very serious, but why not create a persona khusus, especially when you go into the classroom. You are a different person, a different character. That's what we call persona. That's what the students will remember you for forever, perhaps. Yeah. I don't know what my persona and how my students remember me. I know some of my students are here. My former students are here. I don't want to mention names. So, maybe you can tell me. You can tell us what kind of persona that you remember me for. Interesting. Okay, maybe put in the chat, perhaps. Yeah. All right. So, this is Dr. Zainal. I want to share his words. Lessons well learned are lessons remembered. Still remember that, PNP people? Lessons well learned are lessons remembered. I still keep his things, because they are the things that always remind me the good time and remind me how much I have learned together. Okay. So that's some of the things that you can do to gain attention. We are talking about the first segment of Gagné here. All right. Now, apart from doing all this, what else? Engage and stimulate their senses. Make learning memorable. Okay, I just want to check quickly in the chat. I don't get any no responses here. My question is, when you look at just now 9 segments sorry, my question was about gaining attention just now. What are the crazy thing? Something, like surprise entry, dramatic entry, unexpected questions, mystery box. So what is your gain attention, something that's very unique that you do in your class? Can you share in the chat? Yeah. So while I'm continuing here, brought boxes with colorful balls. Thank you, Dr. Chang, Prof. Chang, to illustrate idea of fluxes. Yeah. I remember my when I was doing my masters in food process engineering. My lecturer, he brought a plate heat exchanger. It's quite big, into the classroom. And then he brought a pump. So he want to explain the plate, how the plate heat exchanger work. He want to explain how the pump work, the different types of pump. I can remember now, centrifugal pump, all those things, He brought the thing, like the props, or the model to demonstrate how it works in the classroom rather than showing the diagram. It's quite heavy, the pump. He brought the trolley, actually he pushed the trolley. That's the kind of thing. Students suka blind box, play Kahoot, apa lagi, and celebrate the highest score. Cuma Kahoot ni kan, kita tak boleh overdo tau, dan tak boleh bawa banyak kali sebab dia dah hilang dia punya suspense tu, dia punya thrill tu dah hilang. So kita kena ada variety of tools in our toolbox. Okay, so what about this? Stimulate, engage and stimulate their senses. Let's look at this for a while, dwell on this. Engage learners' senses. Okay. Is a powerful strategy for gaining and maintaining attention during instruction. Use thought-provoking techniques such as what if, okay, scenarios. So there's one of my favorite YouTube channel called What If. How many of you have watched this channel? Or sometime they will melintas dalam Facebook and what if. So this is one of my favorite channel. What if there's a nuclear war? What if there is no oxygen in the world? Wow, there are so many good videos on this channel. And there are a lot of science behind it. Yeah. So this is not mine, but my lecturer used to bring basket and curry puff. Okay. Siapa dapat jawapan, dapat curry puff. Why not? Yeah. Tapi itu kalau di sekolah lah, kalau universiti itu boleh juga. Ya. Okay, ini example ya. In environmental science, provoking what if question. For example, what if the world temperature increased by 6 degrees? What would happen? Okay. Biology. Now this one not what if, but you show a time-lapse video. Before you start anything, okay, let's watch this video. And let's later on we will talk about this in our class. But look at how this wonder of the wonderful world of science and nature designed by God. So let us learn today what is the science behind it, So we are going to talk about mitosis, meiosis, and whatnot. So you have already kind of sparked the interest in the students. Wow, the wow. Okay, I'm interested to learn more now. 20 years ago, 15 years ago, perhaps even, there are not many good videos on YouTube. Very hard to find 20 years ago. I remember spending money to buy CD, and then CD at that time, before CD. At that time, cassette, was it CD? I can't remember. I bought this from my pocket money to show the process of wheat milling, wheat processing, milling of wheat, gandum. Now process gandum from grain to flour, whatever you want to call it. And there's no video showing the process. So I found on the website, one of the Australian website offer this video, teaching video. So I bought using my own pocket money. But today, you can find so many video that really useful for teaching. So why not start collecting all this? So for example, in engineering, you want to teach about structure failure. I'm sure many of you have done it. I'm sure many of you teaching this subject have done it, but I'm just saying it for, So you show the video.
Tacoma Bridge, Washington, opened only a few months ago, was built at a cost of over $6 million. But misfortune overtakes the great structure. These are some of the most amazing pictures ever recorded by a newsreel. The actual collapse of the world's...
I don't know whether you can hear the sound, but you can see the video, right? So when the student look at, wow, why the bridge is kind of, what do you call this, So all this about, then entice, spark, evoke their curiosity, interest, and so on. Okay, today we're going to learn about structure failure. And this is one of a good example. Tell a story. Start with the interesting story behind it. And then only lead them slowly to the actual thing that they want to learn. Philosophy. This is a very famous example, I think, in philosophy. I watched 1 hour lecture given by a professor in Stanford University. You can find on YouTube. The title is Justice 101. And he used this example of the trolley problem. Not in the context of philosophy subject, but law, Justice 101. But this is actually very philosophical problem. Very interesting. I watched that video the whole 1 hour when he actually walked through what really, what are the philosophies behind this trolley problem. So when you show this video, then it's kind of, create the interest. Business ethics. Wow, people who teach business ethics, people who teach forensic accounting. There are so many good examples you can use. The latest one, the recent one, is this one, Theranos, bukan Thanos, yeah? Theranos. I even read a book. There's a book published on this, yeah? Very interesting. You can find a lot of YouTube video and also article. I don't know whether any of you know what this one, Theranos scandal, yeah? Then other example here, visual arts, literature, statistics, nursing, music. The different ways how you can gain attention in the first few minutes in your lesson. Yeah. So that this has given you some ideas. After this, if you have not done this, please consider to incorporate this in your course. It will make a difference. Trust me. Yeah, it will make a difference because students will get excited. And you want them to get ready for the more difficult thing coming, like, because you're going to talk about the first law of thermodynamics. I always use thermodynamics as an example because I used to, not to say I hated, tak suka that thermodynamics, tapi I didn't do well. I find it hard to understand, so I didn't do well in my degree, but I did well in my master's, just because the way the teacher, the lecturer approached the subject. That's why I always believe very strongly that the lecturer or the teacher makes a difference. Your approach makes a difference. Start doing something different now. Yeah. Now we are done with gain attention. So let me look at the chat box now. I'm still waiting for you. What kind of activities that you do to gain attention of your student in the first few minutes? There are not many responses here. So can we spend like 1 minute? Ask students, properly kata, ask students do you believe about Hollow-Man when talk about optical properties of paper? Yes, good example probably. Yeah. But can you think of other example? So maybe, you start to run out of ideas maybe. So this where ChatGPT or I can help. I'll show you later some examples. Yeah. I'm sure you have been doing it also maybe now with AI, but yeah. So what are the other things? I want to know from your own practice, what you do in the classroom. Others here on YouTube also. Wani will cut and paste, copy and paste. Dr. Diana kata polls or YouTube video that is funny but related to the topic lecture. Yes, that's good. Although it's become very common now also. Sharing the video, showing the video, it's become very common, but it's something good that we can do. One of the many things we can do to start with. Yeah. Polls is also good. Yeah, polls is also good. You want to get okay. Let's now for this class, before we start, I want to see how many of you have travel overseas this year. So you can do a quick poll. Then you can see the number of students that have traveled, and maybe also ask them later on. Actually, we want to talk about carbon footprint. So you start with taking polls, how long they have traveled using transportation like plane and so on, and then from there you want to lead to talk about carbon footprint. Another example. Okay, and Rowena, David, thank you. Ask students to write or draw their first response when given a word. Then very quickly, they just shared or showed me, assured them there's no right or wrong response. That's also very good. In language, I don't know whether I have put some example of how you can, the different type of gain attention. Oh, I don't put many examples here on different subject. I forgot. I forgot to put example of how you can do gain attention for different subject. I think I will add that later because I do this for other section. Okay, but for languages, also there are many ways, yeah, not only for science. Okay, Tiger fungsi kan. Sometimes share own stories to capture their interest. Yeah, why not? Stories always, you can't go wrong with sharing stories. Dr. Natia, bring empty new boxes to illustrate how stack and queue concepts in programming. Good. So instead of using multimedia animation, I use physical boxes. Yes, can't go wrong also with physical props, teaching aids. Yeah. Let's say for people from arts, yeah, you want to teach about prose or phrase, or you want to teach how to write poem or how to write haiku. So how would you, what kind of prop that you can bring into the classroom? Apa ni, I saw tadi from PPIK, kita ada apa ni, a few from PPIK or language maybe. What kind of prop? Let's say I want to teach poem. Poem. I nak pronounce poem susah. Okay, let's say and Rowena, if you want to teach poem, what kind of props they can bring into the classroom?
Interesting question, Prof.
Interesting, eh? Think of.
Props.
Okay.
Something related to the theme, maybe?
Yeah. Okay. I give you the theme. Rain.
Sorry, what's the theme?
Rain. Rain, hujan.
Bawa payung.
Eh,
Raincoat, payung.
bawa payung.
Hmm.
So you buat some acting lah. Hari tak hujan, you bawa payung.
Sediakan payung sebelum hujan.
And you step into the classroom, don't say a word. You put down your bag, handbag, whatever, then you open the umbrella. Look at the students, stare straight as if nobody is there. And then you start to recite the poem. Rain. Oh, rain. What else? Kan? Make it very dramatic. Barulah seronok nak belajar. Kan? Dr. Lila ni, spray botol. Dia masuk-masuk je dia spray orang. How would you have you, what do you do with the spray bottle, Dr. Lila ni? Please share with us.
Alamak, okay, tengok tema lah kot.
Huh?
Tengok tema apa, poem tu. We
So
look at the
what be
poem.
the spray bottle? What be the tema?
I don't know. Probably just to catch their attention, spray them first.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it depends on the story that you get from the poem.
Yeah, but I
And,
can think of something,
yeah.
You have spray bottle, you bring also, let's say, mineral water
Mhm.
in a cup, then you pour the water into the cup. And then also I have a bottle of lotion, very thick lotion. Then I pour the lotion onto the plate, and then I spray the water from the spray bottle. So this one, you get a very fine mist of water. Psh, psh. This one, it drops. The water will actually pour easily from the bottle, and the lotion, because it's very thick, it kind of, or honey maybe even, honey may be better. It will kind of drop slowly onto the plate. So
you can explain the chemical value of it lah. Yeah.
from the chemistry, I can actually,
Yeah.
I use that example also in my
Yeah, yeah.
classroom. That's from the science, from the physical science, rheology, the science of flow behavior, things like that. But in terms of, let's say, arts, what can we say about it? If you want to teach pantun or poem or something else. So all this are creativity. There's no limit to it. We can unleash our creativity, and now with AI, we can assist us and help us to be even more creative. So now we have natural creativity and we have artificial creativity. Synergize. There's no limit. There's no limit, practically. So Hafzan kata, for clinical pharmacy, dealing with the recommendation of treatment, I would ask them to think what are the consequences of their action, or plan by changing the end outcome and ask them what's next. Dalam subject communication, kotak beracun with topic, drama, fruit, etc. Okay, basically topic. For them to do a 1-minute presentation, then get the feedback from the rest of the students. Well, I'm sure this is one of the many things Abzan buat, and many of you probably somehow maybe you don't want to share, but I'm sure you have done something to gain attention, to capture their attention, to invoke curiosity, to get them thinking, to get them curious, to get them interested, to get them intrigued, to get them, I'm ready to learn. This is very exciting. So you are the learning designer. Understand that. You are the learning designer. You design the lesson. And we have the structure now, which is Gagne'S. And you have the tools, the AI. You can bring the props. There are so many things that you become unpredictable, because every time you come with umbrella, next time you come with the hat, next time you come with black hat, red hat, different costume, then and so on. I wish Dr. Zainal can give like 5 minutes to Dr. Zainal to share something, but he's on YouTube. He's on not in the WebEx. Unless kalau Wani atau Etun atau Zana can just apa ni WhatsApp Dr. Zainal minta dia masuk WebEx. I like to hear from him lah about just 1 minute, bagi masa kat dia to share with you all, gain attention ni, how we can be very creative, yeah, how we can be very creative to bring the what we call this to enlighten, to excite, to engage students in our classroom. Just for first few minutes of our class. So we are done with again attention. We have 9 more to go. Kita ada setengah jam lagi 9, 10. Kita start kena setengah, 12:30. Oh, okay. Kita ada 1 jam lagi, betul lah Wani ya? Sampai 12:30 kan?
Betul, Prof.
Okay. Tadi saya ingat pukul 12. Tapi tak apa. Tak apa yang the rest ni. Tapi the rest ni banyak juga. Okay. Inform learners. Ini tak apa. Ini sekejap je. I don't want to say much about this. But basically, the purpose is to create expectancy. So we must tell us, okay, after you gain attention and so on, okay, in our class today, the reason I did this, the reason I asked you the question and so on, because today, these are what we hope to learn. So create expectancy. Create kind of, yeah, this is what you expect to learn. And let's learn together now. So the mindset is already set. Okay, these are the 3 things that we are going to learn. So on a cognitive basis, it activates selective attention that helps brain filter and prioritize information. Cognitive principle advise advanced organizers help learners allocate cognitive resources efficiently. Implementation, very simple. State clearly what learners will be able to do. You can also ask students to share with which specific aspect of the topic interests them most and what they hope to learn. Remember, when I presented the learning objective or learning outcome, I asked you, okay, I'm giving you the opportunity now. These are the learning outcome that I've set out for this session this morning, 3 hours. But are there anything else that you want me to cover? So we empower students. Remember, student-centered learning is all about empowerment, right? We empower students. We listen to them. We listen to them. We give them the opportunity. We create that opportunity for them. But if you don't take the opportunity, then it's not our fault. For example, when I ask you to respond in the chat, share your thoughts, share your practice, and so on, we don't get from everyone here, right? I don't know how many we have now, but we only get from a handful. That's quite normal because not everyone feels like it for whatever reasons. Or maybe they are doing many things at the same time, especially online like this. I wouldn't know. Or they're just shy. They're just very kind of introvert. Many reasons for that. For learning designer, for like us, what we can do is to provide that opportunity. Now the opportunity is presented to you, my students. Grab it. Grab it. Okay? Examples in chemistry. So we are talking about presenting learning objective, right? So there are many ways also how you can present a learning objective. not just a bullet point. Maybe you can show it as a mind map, as a concept map, as an infographic, many things. So I don't want to go through that, but there are some example of different ways of presenting your learning objective, so that it's just not the same old bullet point slide. I remember this one where I think it could be during the interview of Anugerah Academic Negara, maybe, because I was the chair of that panel. I think maybe during that time, very creative, this candidate. The learning objective or learning outcome was presented as a kind of some form of what, yeah, I can't remember now, but I remember there was actually she wanted to, it was she, I think she wanted to actually present the learning outcome. They were very creative. I think she got the award from where, UTM, can't remember now. So very creative, very creative. I never thought of it. So this is where the creativity comes in inform learners objective. Doesn't have to be every time slide bullet point. Ayo, for 20 years. I was also guilty of that. Yeah, my learning objective, I should be more creative in how do I present my learning objective. Yeah? Sometimes I feel like I want to go back to teaching and just do teaching, nothing else, and apply whatever, new thing, especially the AI now, very exciting. Yeah. All right. So, but I can still do teaching in different ways. Now, stimulate recall of prior knowledge. Okay, I think there are some activities here that I need your participation. So I hope you can participate. Stimulate recall. So I start with these pictures created using AI. So you can see here, dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here, the blue color one, and there's a many dot, the brown or brown orange color not connected, but the blue one is connected through this kind of link here, connected, become a network. So that's basically how we can visualize learning, Learnings, the things that we want to learn are pieces, like puzzle pieces, But these puzzle pieces, when you put together correctly, it becomes a complete picture of a mountain, an elephant, tiger, where you put all the pieces correctly together. Basically, that's a learning outcome. Yeah, the learning outcome, and you manage to put together, you have achieved the learning outcome. But before that, when you introduce a new topic, it's just like dots, random dots to the students. If we understand this as a teacher, as a lecturer, then we should be more mindful of how we design our lesson. Because we were once a student, kan? Those from PNP mungkin ingat I cakap ni, yang ni kan? We were once a student, forever a student. So be empathize with the students now. Because when we were students, we also struggling. So now, let's stimulate recall first of prior knowledge. How do we do that? Purpose, to activate relevant existing knowledge structures to which new information can be connected. So the previous knowledge, now the new knowledge coming in this lesson. So we want to bridge them, connect them. When they are connected, just like in this picture, then it will start to make sense to them. Okay, I understand this. Okay, it become clearer now. Previously, it was kind of hazy, but now, yeah, making sense to them now. There's an aha moment. Oh, gitu. Yeah, okay. Cognitive basis, new learning must connect to existing neural networks. Brings relevant knowledge into working memory now. So it is there, perhaps, the previous knowledge, but it is not yet kind of hooked properly, stored properly in the in the memory. So now we are kind of getting in back and put it in a working memory now, ready to be stored and retrieve whenever we want. It's already there and we can retrieve. But this piece of knowledge or information are still kind of hanging around, not yet put properly into the respective cell in our brain. So the cognitive principle, new information is processed in relation to existing knowledge. It's not isolated though. It's not isolated. The new information the new thing that we are learning, but imagine, bayangkan, bila kita baca buku baru, atau we read a book, we read about something new, we want to learn something new. Unconsciously when we read, we try to connect and understand that and connecting with our prior knowledge and experience that we have gone through. So that connection is actually we're trying to make that connection. Then only that will make sense. Make sense or not? Yeah, make sense or not? Then implementation, how? There are many ways, of course. One of them, asking questions about previous related learning. For example, let's say you are introducing a topic. Okay, today we are going to learn about a topic on food rheology. Don't worry about the term, because maybe this was time you hear about rheology. But it's simple thing actually. It's about how things flow. How things flow, how fluid flow, the flow behavior. That's what we're going to talk about rheology. It sounds alien to you now, but later on it will make more sense. And you will find that this topic is very relevant in your daily life. You know, when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? Brush teeth. Okay, you want to brush your teeth, right? So what do? You take the toothpaste, Colgate, whatever. Then what do you do? Can you just, can the toothpaste flow from the tube automatically? No, right? Unless your toothpaste is very old, it's already chai, whatever. But you have to squeeze it, right? What happens when you squeeze it? You're applying force, right? What kind of force here? External force, right? With your finger. Then only the toothpaste will start to flow, right? On your toothbrush. How does it flow? Is it just shoot out from the tube like that? Or is it flow slowly? Slow, right? Very slowly, right? Why? Because it's thick and viscous. Viscous. Actually, we're going to talk about viscosity in this topic. Okay. So, as simple as that, when I introduce the topic of rheology to my students, daily life examples. Yeah, daily life example. All right. Here, there's some example, mathematics. How do you stimulate recall of prior knowledge? Of course, it's not limited to this example. This is where AI, later on I will demonstrate to you how AI can help you design your prior knowledge. What activities can you do? What are the approach that you can do to connect the previous knowledge and the existing knowledge? Physics, for example, help students predict outcomes based on previously learned principle before introducing exception. Marketing, analyze a familiar advertisement using previously learned concepts before introducing new frameworks. Many ways of doing it. Theory, music theory. Dr. Andika, theater kan, Dr. Andika. Betul tak, Dr. Andika? I masih ingat lagi, you buat theater, bukan music.
Ya, betul.
I remember you. Music theory, compare new compositional techniques to familiar ones students have already mastered. So this is one of the many hundreds of ways you can connect previous knowledge with existing knowledge. Okay, now. Okay, put on your thinking hat now. One activity is coming. Attention, attention please. Attention guys, attention. I'm try to imagine that you are in front of me, right? So that I don't feel isolated here. That's one of the tips. I'm trying to imagine that you are looking at me with full of interest, curiosity, you are focusing, you don't look at your phone, you know. So yeah, imagine you are teaching a business branding class where students previously learned about brand definition. Ini untuk orang marketing lah, ataupun business ya. So imagine you are teaching a business branding class where students previously learned about brand definition and the role of taglines. How would you approach to this class? Minggu lepas dia dah belajar. You cakap pasal branding, you cakap pasal, you bagi definition, and bagaimana tagline boleh digunakan untuk tujuan marketing. Today, you nak lanjutkan sikit. So, you nak cakap pasal apa ini? You nak cakap pasal, nak sambung pasal branding lah. So, branding ni banyak, 2 kelas. So, how would you approach to this class to help students recall and connect this concept from the previous lesson? I nak guna flashcard. So, kita akan buat sama-sama. But meanwhile, I want you to start thinking, okay, how do I, for this particular class, or in fact for different class lah. Tapi kalau boleh on this class, selain daripada flashcard yang saya nak gunakan ni, apa cara lain? What are the different ways you think you can do the recall of prior knowledge and prior experience? Yeah. Okay. Now let's try this simple flashcard. Those from PNP, you have seen this, we have done this, but maybe you can try again. Whether can still remember this flashcard, guys? Yeah. Oops, ni apa pula? Okay, basically, I'm showing you the flashcard now, and all you need to do now and put in the chat, what is the name of the company with this tagline? The first one. Okay, in the chat. Fast, quick. Okay, McDonald, I'm loving it. Okay, kalau nak Google pun boleh lah, tapi tak acik lah. Okay, McD. Okay. Okay, betul ke? McD. Ini tahu sendiri ke atau ChatGPT ke atau apa ni Google? I don't care. As long as you participate. Okay. I'm loving it. Oh, McDonald. Good. So, now let's discuss a bit. Okay. I'm not going to discuss it now, but don't just leave it at this. Okay. McDonald. Guys, what are their products? And how do you relate the products? Or how do you relate the kind of the ambience in McDonald's and to this tagline? I'm loving it. So yeah, so you start to engage them and then try to relate with what they have learned in the previous class about tagline. How do you craft the tagline? So now they are trying to now applying what they have learned, what they have understood about the strategies or the methods to craft the tagline. So, okay, McDonald is because of, then we can have a discussion, think, pair, share, or small group discussion. I would do this like a think, pair, share kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Now, what about this? Finger licking good. In the chat. Come on. Quick. KFC, good students. All of you are good students. So, nasib baik tak sediakan hadiah, kalau tak cukup hadiah nanti nak bagi pada semua. Capci. Okay. Capci. Puasa terus lapar. Sorry lah Najwadi. Macam mana kan? Okay. Alright. Thank you. Puasa terus lapar. On YouTube I cannot see, mungkin Wani pun tak sempat nak copy paste ya. But I guess please also participate. Okay. Betul ke KFC? Oh betul. Pandai. Okay. This one maybe slow sikit. Eat fresh. Kalau nak Google boleh. Ya. Eat fresh. Subway. Oh ini mesti kaki Subway ni. Okay. Subway. Alright. Okay. Mungkin satu lagi lah. Last. Kita tak ada masa kan. What about? Because you are worth it. I think I still remember L'Oreal. Okay, Adelina kata L'Oreal. Oh, ini mesti selalu dapat beli L'Oreal ke atau dapat hadiah daripada yang tersayang ke apa ke L'Oreal ya. Okay, betul. Ya, betul. Okay lah, last billionaire. Okay, diamond is forever. Ini macam mana? Diamond is forever. Habib. Is it? Habib? Dr. Aidi kata Habib. Ini mesti Dr. Habib dah belikan diamond untuk yang tersayang ni. Ya, okey. Habib ya. De Beers. Salah. Salah tu. De Beers.
Salah Prof Karim.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Apa khabar Prof Karim?
Yeah, how are you? Who is this?
Zainal, you minta I datang tadi.
Oh, Dr. Zainal. Okay, welcome Dr.
Prof.
Zainal. Oh, okay. Thank you for joining. Yeah.
Prof,
Dr.
very
Dr.
quick.
Zainal. Yeah, very quick. Yes,
To answer your question, I tak nak kacau you punya presentation.
No. I want you. A
Okay.
few minutes. Yeah. Carry on.
Since
I
you
dah
talk about...
Yeah. I tak mau teruskan ni sebab ini banyak ni. So just to illustrate the point lah tadi. Using flashcard to kind of connecting the prior knowledge with the present knowledge that the student is going to learn in this class. Itu just a demonstration of using as simple as a flashcard. Okay, Dr. Zainal. Jadi just now I was showing your your picture of about gaining attention. About gaining attention. You remember this, right? So maybe let's talk about it.
So, you boleh nampak I tak dalam
Boleh.
video?
Itu dengan tarbus dia tu. Tengok. Sempat
Gain
gitu.
attention tak? Hello Andy.
Yeah.
Kalau I berbalik pada you punya soalan tadi pasal branding kan, pergi balik pada Tiga Abdul, filem Piramli terakhir.
Yeah.
How would he address branding? That's how I would come into the class to talk about branding.
I can answer that maybe. Catchphrase. Dia ada catchphrase dia.
Boleh tanya geng-geng lain tak?
Okay.
Kalau you ingat filem Tiga Abdul.
How the question is how does Piramli do the branding or branding himself?
Yeah.
Branding himself or branding his movie or something. Yeah. So guys.
Saya nampak Andy ada sini.
So can you respond to Zainal? Can you repeat the questions again?
Okay. So basically on the issue of branding, if I was one of the Tiga Abdul Wahab, Abdul Wahab.
In Piramli's movie, Tiga Abdul, the story of
the last movie, 1964.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would I address what they call branding dalam kuliah sebagai watak Tiga Abdul?
Macam mana tu?
Ada business faculty tak yang dalam grup ni?
Oh, I tak turn on punya video tadi ya. Yeah. So, guys, please respond to Dr. Zainal. How would you for Tiga Abdul movie, Tiga Abdul. Kan itu kan cerita kan?
Dia.
Ya, itu dia. 25% tu ke? Tiga Abdul ke ataupun cerita yang itu cerita Buyang Lapuk? Yang 25%. 25% ni lah Tiga Abdul lah. 25% kan? Betul Azana.
Tiga Abdul, yes.
Aju Zana 25%. Auction. Lelong. Okay. What else that we remember from that movie? Tiga Abdul.
Kan? Bapak marah.
Yeah. I only remember Sarima.
So how do you relate that movie to topic of branding?
Haji Bakhil. So how do we relate? So answer the next question from Zainal. How do we relate to the topic of branding? So imagine now you bring this scenario in your classroom, connecting previous knowledge and the existing knowledge. The topic is branding. So now the lecturer asking, Dr. Zainal in this case, how do you relate that 3 Abdul with the topic of branding? So this is how now you are trying to connect, kan? You're trying to connect now. So please answer dulu. How do you, so get your brain working now? Okay. Cognitive engagement. We are talking about cognitive engagement now.
Yes. Especially
Yeah.
kalau student tu dah baca nota tentang branding, dia boleh relate balik kepada branding tu. Ya, kalau again filem Piramli ni mungkin zaman-zaman kita lah kan. You can
Itulah.
use more current movies. Macam saya sekarang K-drama. Most of my
K-drama.
appearances
Hebat.
gunakan K-drama.
Hebat. I tak ambil tahu langsung K-drama. Okay, apa ni Dr. Noor Samani kata Gwenchana? What is that?
Gwenchana. Yes.
What is that?
Are you okay? Gwenchana.
Bahasa Korea, Prof.
I go.
Oh, wah. Ini peminat
Dari
K-drama
segi
lah
ini
ni.
pun boleh kan?
Ini peminat
Gwenchana.
K-drama. Ui, hebat. Meniaga orang pun lagi untung dari unta, Dr. Dayana kata. Funny. Meniaga orang pun lagi untung dari unta. Remember that.
So from a branding standpoint kan, relate balik dengan konsep dalam movie tu, atau kalau you gunakan K-drama yang terbaru kan, contohnya gunakan trauma code ya. How do you do branding from trauma code? Sama ada you nak jual baju white coat ke, nak buat apa ke. So the idea is you contextualize the topic of the day. So that would be my input to what you requested tadi lah, Prof. Yeah.
Thank
Sorry
you, Dr.
kacau.
Zainal. Thank you for the special appearance. Kita bagi tepukan kepada Dr. Zainal. Stay on. Kita bagi
Alright,
tepukan
we'll do. Tapi I will silent.
Tak apa. Nanti kalau ada masa lagi kita ni lagi. Okay. Tepuk ramai please. Kita appreciate Dr. Zainal punya appearance, special appearance. Thank you so much. This is unplanned ya. This is just impromptu, unplanned. So elements of surprise. Surprise. Dr. Zainal dengan tarbusnya muncul. Istimewa untuk anda semua. Wow, saya pun tak jangka sesi pagi ni Dr. Zainal boleh keluar. Saya pun teringat, suddenly kan? Suddenly teringat. Walaupun pagi tadi I communicate dengan Dr. Zainal, I kata I nak guna gambar-gambar ni ya. So minta izin jugalah nak tunjuk muka dia kan. Walaupun kita kawan-kawan kan. So kita kena ada etika tu juga. Okay. Alright, so branding leadership and blue ocean strategy in negotiation with clients and ethical leadership with the 3 Abdul character. Interesting. By the way, Gwenchana tadi apa ya? Tak tahu apa makna dia. It's good to be well versed in most things popular. Ya, betul. So kita boleh gunakan ni sebagai modal lah. We use this as the modal apa? Capital as ingredients lah. So macam kari kan? You cannot find 2 curries of the same flavor because of the mixes, because the way we cook, who cook it. So kalau Zana masak kari dengan Wani masak kari, mana boleh lawan orang Penang masak kari. Wani masak kari cara orang Kelantan macam tu kan. Dia lain macam tu lah. Ya. Okay. Ketawa dia. Okay. I would choose Penang punya kari lah Wani anytime. Zana punya kari anytime lah. Jangan marah orang Kelantan. Okay. So I close. Gain attention tadi. Sekarang kita dekat stimulate recall. Ya. So now, tadi kita buat flashcard kan. Walaupun tak habis. So now, I want you to reflect balik tadi. Masa kita buat flashcard tadi. Rate the degree of your engagement. You rasa you engage tak? Engage tu engage apa? So, dari segi ni. Participation. Nampak tadi dalam apa tu, dalam chat tadi tu, ramai tak yang respon? sebab yang ni, yelah ramai respon kan apa dia. Yang ini apa, KFC, nampak cepat tadi, KFC. So in terms of participation, aktif tak agak-agak? What about emotion? Adakah aktiviti tadi really make you feel excited? Ataupun not so? Ataupun not exciting at all? And what about the thinking? The activity just now, the flashcard today, does it really crack your head? Do you really need to think very deeply? I don't think so, right? I don't know. I don't want to influence you. It's kind of simple. So I want you now to look at this, respond to this. Go to menti.com. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Menti, and put the code there, 75224604. Let me type it in the chat, or maybe Wani can help me to type in the chat. Menti.com, and the code is 75224604. So you rate 0 to the scale 0 to 5. Participation macam mana? Kalau you think very active, maybe 5, 4. Not you feel the participant are not actively responding. Yeah. So emotion macam mana? Thinking macam mana? Do you think really need you to think very deeply? Pening kepala juga nak fikir, atau so kalau pening kepala nak fikir mana 5? Kalau simple je lah, kacang je, maybe 1. Okay. Tak nampak pun lagi respon? Ataupun tak keluar? Lepas tu dia keluar in real time here. Then I go to Mentimeter. Oh, dia tak keluar lah. Lepas tu dia keluar dalam, tapi tak apa. Now I'm on Mentimeter. So let me just present this in big screen. Okay. Yeah, interesting. In terms of participation, nampak tidak ramai kan? Many of you quickly say, okay, when I show finger licking go, KFC. So participation very active, very fast. What about thinking? What about emotion? 4, close to 5. This is a scale of 5, I think. So meaning, oh, quite interesting. Really, you feel excited? Fun? Okay, 4.1, not bad. Participation 4 point. Thinking 3.7. Actually quite high. Is it really cracking your head? I would probably say 3 or 2.5 maybe. Kan? I lah kalau I, sebab taklah perlu nak fikir teruk sangat kan. Ya. Especially kalau kita dah tahu tu, misalnya finger licking group McDonald. Kita bagi contoh-contoh yang mudah kan. Okay. So, thank you so much. Basically, I get 51 to respond here. I can sit down here, 51. I wish I can get more people to respond, because how many do we have now in the...
We have about 215 participants.
Oh, 200 mana 1/4 je lah. Tak apalah. Okay, tak apalah ya. Okay lah tu. Thank you. Yeah. But what I'm trying to also highlight or point out to everyone here, if you observe very carefully, all the tools that I'm using now to engage you, Mentimeter is there. Everyone knows Mentimeter almost. I think mostly people know Mentimeter. But do you really use it? Maybe yes. But have you really used all the features in Mentimeter? Maybe not. Yeah. So there are many ways. You are not, lack of tools. There are so many now, even with AI. But it's not AI. AI, non-AI tools. There are so many in your toolbox that you can have and you can try. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much. Let's go back to here. Oh, baru dia refresh. Oh, tadi dia tak keluar, dia kena refresh. Okay, so can you see also, yeah, I'm embedding Mentimeter inside my module here. So you can design teaching module. Take from this example, how I design my teaching module on one page only. This only one page, only one page module here. But I structure it this way. And I can embed external application here, making it seamless. Making it seamless. Okay, we have only about 25 minutes. Zana, please also look at the chat. Kalau ada soalan, please let me know ya. Okay, itu dua contoh. Ada satu contoh lagi? Tak ada, satu contoh je ini. Okay, stimulate recall. Baru 3. Okay, present content. 4. Present content. Purpose. Of course, just like now I'm presenting using Notion as a tool, as the tool to present the content. You use PowerPoint. You use the whiteboard. You use video, podcast, infographic, so many different ways. The purpose is what? To deliver the new information in a structured, meaningful way that respect working memory limitation. Working memory limitation. So when we present material, in fact, I know during these 3 hours, probably you have reached that point of cognitive overload. Yeah. Tapi, yalah, balancing between getting or delivering as much as information and not overwhelming the student is a balancing act. Because cognitive overload means you get overwhelmed so much is being presented during these 3 hours, then now it's overflow. There's no space for you here to absorb. It's overflow, spill over. Okay, so that's why it's always advised that satu, kita take a few short break kalau macam 3 hours ni kan. Tapi itulah, I rasa sayang masa lah kan, nak cover banyak. So tadi kita break 5 minit je kan, itu satu. Bagi kepala kita rehat sikit, dah berasap dah ni. Kan? Alhamdulillah hari ni nasib baik my throat not so bad. Somehow, I dah doa kuat-kuat pagi tadi. Ya Allah, supaya pemudahkanlah jangan bagi sakit tekak macam hari tu I buat weekend hari tu. So, one is about taking like short break and so on, and then pause, and then break up our content into small chunks, because of chunking is actually very useful because it helps students to absorb piece by piece rather than they have to swallow the whole piece, big chunk. Okay. So the cognitive principle here is working memory can process approximately according to, but these figures can vary. It depends on which research that you quote here. But roughly, I think generally people say that from neuroscience, between 4 to 7 chunks of information simultaneously. They can list, kind of, 4 to 7 chunks of information simultaneously. So it's not many. It's not many. Unlike AI, because of the power of quantum computing, rather than reading one book at a time, they can read 100 books at one time. They can digest the information and give us the output that we want. That's the power of quantum computing. But unfortunately, we don't have that power. Okay, we take our time and we have limited memory, we have limited capability and capacity, our brain. And chunk information, use multimedia effectively, not excessively. For example, if you use Kahoot, then everyone start using Kahoot. This class using Kahoot, that class using Kahoot. There's no more thrill. There's no more suspense. Students will kind of become mangli, Kahoot lagi. Kahoot lagi. Okay. So example, use 3D model with progressive disclosure of layers. Okay, ini all these different example how you can present content. So many ways. This alone on presenting content, we can have a separate session, workshops, and so on. Okay, that's all about presenting content. Now, provide learning guidance. Luckily, I have some time here. Providing learning guidance. Remember, every learner, including us, at one stage can be a novice learner. For example, like me, a professor in food technology. But when I want to learn something about how to write good children book, children story book, which is my interest now. Okay, I want to indulge in that. Nak tulis buku cerita kanak-kanak dengan AI sekarang ni senang. But I don't know what is the apa ciri-ciri buku kanak-kanak, what are the characteristics or the criteria of children's book. I need to learn. Then the image. How do I draw the image for children's book? All these things new for me. So I'm a novice learner now. So if I attend any workshop, short course on children's book, writing children's book, or writing children's story, I'm a novice learner, then I need more guidance. Okay, so provide learning guidance. One of the concept, yeah, now I remember, Vygotsky apa tu ya? Allah, lupa balik, alamak. Can someone help me? Because I want to talk about scaffolding, ya. Vygotsky, Vygotsky apa dia? Please, someone for education can help me. Nak terangkan tu.
Prof?
CD? Ya, ZCD apa? Zone of Proximal
Development.
Okay, thank you. Zone of Proximal Development. Macam dia berkait dengan scaffolding lah. Apa maksud scaffolding? Maksud dia macam ni lah, macam scaffold of the building kan, kita bagi temporary support before the building is being erected. So after the building is ready, then only we remove the scaffold. So scaffold in the context of learning is providing temporary support. So once the students can be on their own, we let go. We let go their hand, we let go the scaffold, we remove the scaffold. So that's concept of scaffolding. Before they gain confidence, before you think you can go to the next level to explain the complex concept. That is provide learning guidance in Gagne'S 9 events. How do you scaffold? How do you do scaffold? Example, okay? Implementation, use example, use metaphor, use analogy, use even so-called non-example. What is non-example? I've provided a link here. Non-example means, okay, let's talk about mammalian animals, mammals. Let's talk about mammals. So non-example, example of mammal would be what? Cow, human, whale. But non-example would be snake, which is reptilia, frog, amphibian, right? So those are non-example. So non-example have its application, kind of so that those are non-mammalians. They are reptilians because they have different characteristics. All this actually part of providing guidance to the students to learn a new topic. In different subject, how do you do? How would you do it? Biochemistry, for example, provide partial mind maps. Then the student complete the pathway. I'm going to show this example shortly. Law, foreign language, and so on. Okay, now let's take a quick look on this one. And I hope, wow, time is running out. But wah cepat je ya. Okay, get them thinking ya. So kita macam ni ya. Kita buat ambil satu tajuk from here. Ambil satu tajuk misalnya smart cities. Okay, so I nak buat satu. This is where the AI ya. the AI can use this custom GPT whimsical diagram. Okay. Then you, so this is a whimsical diagram. Then you give a prompt. You say, okay, create a mind map for this topic, smart cities. Okay. So this one free, you can use for free. So now you create a mind map, right? Then you can open it in whimsical website so that you can do some editing. You can sign up for free. Okay, and then here, now I can delete this branch. Can delete this branch. And then in the class now, because this whimsical is collaborative, student can actually sign in and they can work just like Google Doc. Then you can, okay, I will divide you into a group of 3, 4, whatever, or group of 2 in pairs. And let's say group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll divide you into a group of 6. And I want you all to discuss and expand each one of this infrastructure technology. So they will do it this time manually. They will discuss, okay, what's in the infrastructure? Then so this one I don't delete, I haven't deleted it yet, yeah. But in actual, if you want to use it in actual scenario, you must delete. But you expect when they do the brainstorming and discuss together, they will get to this smart grid, intelligent, and so on, and maybe other things as well. So this is very easy to set up the mind map, the concept map using Whimsical, which is an AI tool. And you can use this, for example, to start with the get attention, or you can start doing this as part of the activities, or at the end of the class as reinforcement. Can you see? So this is only one of the many things you can do. And one of the tools you can use, AI tools. Okay, so I close this one. And why not? But we don't have time now. I thought I want you to do this and share on Padlet here. But I think I will leave it to you. If you rajin, nanti buatlah and then share lah on the Padlet here. All right. So scaffold. Now, how do you scaffold the lesson? So we are talking about providing learning guidance and providing scaffolding as one of the things that you can do under provide learning guidance is scaffolding. So the easiest way, use my custom GPT here. Scaffold Learning Master. Alamak, lupa letak dia punya link, alamak. Nanti saya tambah lah. Tapi tak apa, if you go to ChatGPT and you just search for Scaffold Learning Master, where is it? If you go to ChatGPT, go under Explore GPT and just type the name of the GPT, or you can type my name and you can type this one, then you can find here, or you can type my name so that you can find my other GPTs that if you want to try, Abdul Karim alias, then you will see all these are my custom GPT that I have created. So you will find Scaffold Master, not here, and there's a Gagne'S also there. Kena bawah lagi aduh. Ke bawah lagi. Mana dah? Okay, tak apalah. Nak senang tadi. Just type Scaffold Learning Master. Okay, this one the one. This is the one. Okay. So you want to scaffold your lesson, yeah? How do you scaffold it? So help me to scaffold my lesson. Okay, Dr. Andy, can you give me one example, one topic for the lesson that you teach? Maybe I can scaffold for you. I can prepare the scaffolding. Theater. Ataupun siapa lagi tadi? Siapa-siapa boleh? Cik Afzan? Cik Afzan, you want to give one clinical pharmacy punya lesson yang you ajar? Ataupun inilah, zone of proximal development. Apa itu zone of proximal? Zone of proximal development. Apa benda ni? ZPD ni. Kan? So, suruh dia scaffold. Bagi tajuk macam tu je. We don't say anything, we just put the tajuk. Ideally, you want to put the title plus the learning outcome. Yeah? But it's okay. Very quick one. See what it can do. How it relates to scaffolding. Okay, applying. Okay. Okay, let me know if you are, I can, okay. Show me how to scaffold this lesson. So you do this using my ChatGPT, custom GPT, rather than using normal GPT, because this one has been designed with the right prompt to scaffold the lesson. Okay, I'll create a structured lesson. Kemudian dia suruh jawab soalan tu dulu. Okay, so you kata proceed. Since I don't have specific detail, dia akan randomly choose the detail. So this lesson plan, water cycle lagi. Asyik water cycle je dia bagi contoh ya. So this how for this tajuk, for this title, the water cycle, this is how it scaffold the lesson. What you need to do first. Next. And scaffolding, there are a few types. Effective scaffolding, mainly looking at engagement and motivation, and mainly to activate prior knowledge. Cognitive scaffolding, mainly to break down complexity. For example, you are teaching complex topic, so maybe you want to try using cognitive scaffolding, and this is how to do it. Yeah. Another one, metacognitive scaffolding, mainly for reflection and self-monitoring. So this is how you can do it. So all you need to do now is just put the title of your lesson and the learning outcome, and then this custom GPT will give you ideas how you can scaffold your lesson. And that will be part of the fifth segment in Gagne'S and events. Then elicit performance. Basically, you want the student to show and demonstrate whether they have learned something. Okay, so yeah, Dr. Ariza dah share ChatGPT scaffolding tu ya. Yeah, feel free to use, feel free to share ya. So apa tujuan elicit performance? How to do it? Implementation, have learners demonstrate what they have learned. Purpose, activate and solidify neural connection. So it can be, what happens is, sometimes the neural, the synapses has fired and connected, but it's kind of very loose. So now you want to make it stronger, mantap. So that is, ask the students now to show, ask the student to teach, ask the student to explain, because the best way to learn is to teach. And to teach is to learn twice or more. Yeah. So how to do it? And there are examples in specific areas. Yeah. Okay, then provide feedback. Provide feedback. So just skip this part. Enhance retention and transfer. How do you do this? Enhance transfer. Enhance retention and transfer. Usually my favorite tool is, where is it? I tak refresh lagi ke? Ada something missing, sorry. Provide feedback, assess. Oh, no. It's under assess performance. Assess performance. Okay. So this is where you can actually untuk feedback, to provide feedback, assess performance, assess performance, elicit performance. No, sorry, not elicit performance. Close. Provide feedback and assess performance can be done both using Socrative app. So basically, the good thing about Socrative app, I'm sure many of you know now. So if I log in, 12.25 teacher login. So you design the quiz, the quiz questions aligned with the learning outcome, and then then you launch the quiz and get the students to do it. I have an active session, so let me show you. Good, I can show you what it looks like after the students have done the thing. Live results here. So after the students have done and answered all the questions, the good thing why I love Socrative so much, I can see very quickly, I can show very quickly the students' performance. For example, here I can see question number 1, only 38% got it right. A lot of red color there. I can see question number 4 here also. So meaning now I can use this very quickly to assess performance and understanding of my students from this activity using Socrative, and it's free. Okay, so now let's experience. Never mind, we don't have time. So I have a way now to do the assess performance of my students, which is event or segment number 8. Then I can use the same tool to enhance retention and transfer, or maybe other ways. There are many other ways also. This, exit ticket and so on. So I think that's all. Provide feedback under decoding 9 events. So we have only about 3 minutes left. Finally, I want to leave you. How do you want some examples? So you can just later on, when I give you the link, you can access all this. But I have shown you one example here of one standalone topic lesson, digital technology for sustainable supply chain. So you can see this is an example of lesson here, step by step. And this is event number 1, event number 2, Gagne'S event number 3, Gagne'S event number 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9 with the assessment. And I have here what are the strengths of this lesson plan. You can read what are the potential area for improvement also. So if you take some time to go through the 3 examples here, 1 or 2 or 3, all the example that I've given here, it will really make you give you better understanding of the whole structure of Gagne'S. And finally, a quick one. You can design your lesson using AI, ChatGPT in this case, or any chatbot. I've given an example of prompt that you can use. So this is a general prompt, and this is where with the example of topic, learning outcome, and so on. Or I would encourage you to try using another custom GPT, create a lesson plan using Gagne'S. All you need to do, just click this starter prompt, create a lesson plan for me. Then it will ask you a series of questions. Don't be lazy. Answer all the questions, because the more you provide the information, the more relevant, the better in terms of the structure of the Gagne'S 9 events, the more comprehensive. So give as much information here. The question asked, the list of questions that is listed here. What key concept you want to cover? Who are your students? What are the specific education standard, if there is any? Things like that. topic, outcome, duration. Just answer, then the whole lesson, you will get something like just now, the example that I've given here. Yeah, it will give you all the whole structure. This actually was generated using that GPT just now. And then, of course, you can expand. Let's say you want to ask more for gain attention, give me more, because the one that you give is not really suitable, or I have done it before, so give me 5 more, 10 more, 20, 100 more, and so on for each event, for each segment. All right, so guys, 12.30 tepat. Selalu terlajak, tapi ini belum lagi bagi peluang untuk jawab soalan. Okay lah ya. I think I stop here. So let me now share the link to this module with you all. Feel free to share. Sebab ini memang I nak share dengan semua seluas yang mungkin. Ini dia. The blog. Oh ya. Sekejap ya. Having problem to. Okay. You know why? Because I have windows open, the chat and so on, so it's kind of clutter my screen. I get confused. On WebEx. Chat. Okay. Link to module. Kenapa dia tak mau type? I stop dulu. Banyak sangat screen. Kalau I tak boleh type lah dalam chat ni, kenapa ya? Hekton, apa ni, orang ni kenapa tak boleh type?
Patutnya boleh Prof. Tak apa. Kalau ni Prof WhatsApp saya lah, saya paste
Okay.
dekat situ.
Tak boleh type. Okay, I WhatsApp you.
Okay.
Sebentar ya. Mana pula perginya? Okay. Aduh. Mana dia? About me. Okay. Alright. Inilah akibatnya kalau banyak sangat window terbuka. Screen pula kecil. Screen 14 inci. Okay, sebentar ya. Harap bersabar tuan-tuan dan puan semua. Okay, okay. Alright. Link to okay, sana. It's in your WhatsApp. So please share.
Saya dah share dah dalam chat tu.
Ya, nampak. Okay, thank you. I don't know why. Tak boleh type. You dengar tak bunyi tu bila I type?
Tak ada typing punya tu pun. Tak ada.
Somehow I tak boleh type. Kalau I hantar klik emoji. Tak keluar pun. Pelik So okay, kalau ada tak ada apa-apa soalan, ada ke soalan? Tak ada ya? So basically mungkin semua dah penat dah. Yang cakap ni lagi dah penat. So saya nak ucapkan terima kasih kepada semua, kepada Cdae dulu kerana sudi menjemput saya. Jadi kita habiskan dengan pantun lah. Kalau
Wow,
ada
pantun Prof.
pantun. Kalau ada sumur di ladang, bolehlah pakcik numpang mandi. Kalau ada umur yang panjang, bolehlah kita berjumpa lagi. Jadi dengan itu saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada semua. Ucapkan selamat berpuasa, selamat menjalani ibadah puasa, dan bagi yang bukan Muslim, thank you so much for your presence here. I hope I've given value for your precious time, and you have learned something useful that you can apply in your class immediately. Yeah, and don't forget, please remember to share the module, share what you have learned with colleagues and friends, and start practicing or applying what you have learned. If not much, a little pun cukup. Yang penting we are making progress. Yeah, a step forward is a step to progress. So with that, I would like to I'll pass over to Wani, the session to Wani now. Thank you so much. Oh, Professor Peh pun ada. You are still ini ya? You have not retired, Prof Peh? I thought you have. Prof Peh Kok Kiang. Remember you? Life is tough for educator. Yeah, awesome sharing. Thank you. Yeah, Wani, back to you. Yeah, Dr. Zainal, you want to say goodbye, say something, your parting words? Yeah, please. Lupa lah, Dr. Zainal.
Terima kasih jemput saya.
Any final parting words for our friends in USM?
Do your best to apply Gagne'S. It really works. I've been doing it.
Good. Yeah, thank you to Dr. Zainal. Thank you, my sahabat, for always supporting me, for always inspiring me. You are forever very inspiring educators. So let's continue to work together for education. Yeah, thank you. So Zana, back to you, Zana.
As we come to the end of...
Wani.
Tak apa, kami sama je. Zana ke, Wani ke, Eton ke, kami kembar tiga.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. As we come to the end of our session, a heartfelt thank you to Prof. Karim, and of course, a special thanks to Prof. Zainal for special appearance. Your insights have truly enriched this session. We deeply value your expertise and look forward to welcoming you back in the future for more inspiring sessions. And speaking of future sessions, we will have another session with Prof. Karim on 25th March on AI Power Up, supercharge your productivity. So please mark your calendar.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes, 25th, Prof.
Dr. Zainal jemput lah.
Boleh. InsyaAllah, boleh.
Coaching ke apa ke, I don't know, Dr. Zainal. Contact dia.
Boleh, insyaAllah.
Rugi kita tak tap dia punya wisdom tu.
Kita kena panggil face to face terus, Prof.
Lagi bagus. Lagi bagus. Tengok pula kostum apa dia nak pakai. Okay. So, thank you everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay, to all the attendees, thank you for your enthusiastic participation and engagement throughout this session. We hope you've gained valuable insights and ideas to implement in your teaching practices. Before we wrap up, please scan the QR code using the USM Passport app, or you can click the link given in the chat box earlier to verify attendance. Also, you are required to fill out the e-survey in MyCPD. Your input is crucial in helping us to improve future sessions. Once again, thank you everyone for being part of this learning community.
Wani.
Ya.
Ambil gambar ke?
Nak ambil gambar ke? Boleh.
Ambil lah.
Boleh, Prof. Kejap, macam mana, Ustaz?
Kan tadi kata rindu.
Zana, cik panggil Zana. Zana, ambil gambar Zana.
Siapa yang rindu siapa? Sebenarnya saya rindukan YSM.
Wani kena tutup slide. Okay. Kita on kamera ya dulu semua.
Ya, okey. Boleh tak kita onkan kamera? Siapa-siapa yang tinggal lagi? Berapa orang yang tinggal lah? Ya, can we turn on the camera sebagai kenang-kenangan kita? Ya. So, kita tak tahu umur kita kan. So, maybe ada peluang untuk jumpa lagi ataupun tidak. Okey, Dr. Chang. Remember? Dah tengok muka ni. Prof P.
Hi, Prof.
Prof Lay, sorry. Prof P Kokiang tadi ada. Adilina. Okey, siapa lagi? Amran PPKT ya?
Prof, saya dekat Pusat Pengajian Sains Komputer.
Oh.
Dulu memang staff PPKT, yes.
Itulah. Okey, betul lah tu. Kan
Saya akan
asyik.
try follow lah, banyak juga.
I remember kan? Kan? Betul lah.
Terima kasih Prof, thank you.
Okey, sama-sama. So, ramai ni tak on komputer ni. Tak cik lah. Dr. Tan ada. Prof Chow. Prof Chow, you school mana? Lupa lah Prof Chow.
Engineering, Prof.
Engineering, betul. No, I guess tadi engineering. Betul. Okey. Dr. Lila ni gelap sikit tapi tak nampak lah Dr. Lila ni.
Saya ambil gambar sekarang Prof.
Okey, tak apalah. Ramai yang tak nak turn on the webcam ke. Tak ready.
Okay,
Dr.
Prof jangan
Shohana.
cakap. Prof jangan cakap.
Shohana.
Nanti muka
Ya.
Prof nampak pelik.
Okey.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Dah siap.
Dah.
Alright. So, sekian. Terima kasih. Jumpa lagi insyaAllah. Bye-bye semua ya.
Thank you, Prof. Take
Okay,
care.
bye-bye.
And happy
Prof.
Take care everyone. Take care.
Terima
Thank
kasih,
you,
Prof.
Prof. Thank you, Prof.
Prof, thank you.